Come on, hand fan.
Was not
And
ready for the hand fan.
fan.
No, it's Lana over here giving herself like -2% of windshield with these spirit fingers.
Period.
Just a light breeze. Just a light breeze.
And we're all coordinating in the same arm too, and it just makes
Yes.
Oh my god.
The fantasy felt.
I am a trendsetter. I know. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome.
You are the resident diva after all, so of
I
course,
mean,
allowed.
Truly the blueprint.
Honestly, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
He is a diva.
I am a
She
diva.
is a diva.
She is a diva.
Yeah. Chaos is gonna be.
Welcome to chaos. Oh God! Welcome to chaos. Hello, and welcome to the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Today I'm just drinking water because hydration is important. It is cucumber lemon water because that's been my MO recently, but just water.
Oh, and hello, hi y'all. I am Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because I love me some tea. Purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I am not drinking anything. I went to get nothing to drink, and I don't have a cup to show you because it's been that kind of week. It's been that kind of day. And I am not at my house. So therefore, I have nothing to show you. But I'm sure someone can show you the cup mug. I
think someone else is running
to get a cup mug. Even though it really is not that necessary.
Yay!
I just washed it. It was still in the tray.
Oh my God, me too.
Period. And you can get your cup mug at lanagscreations.etsy.com.
Wait.
Oh.
Because the link will be in the description below.
I'm just kidding. I don't have one.
Okay, cool. And we do ship. I'm about to say, unless someone surprised you and I didn't know about it and they sent you the one that they already had, then I knew you didn't have one. Because I know everybody who has one. But yeah, you can get yours. We ship internationally and domestically in the US, so there are no excuses. So I'm looking at everybody because we're talking about everybody around the world. So I'm looking at all y'all. Get your cup mug. Period. That'll be you, Brooke.
Oh, we can't.
We can't hear Brooke at all.
Better? Is that better?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Hi, everybody. It's Brooke. I had my microphone muted on this end and not on the screen. And I'm just coming off a lovely holiday, sipping on some water out of my Carowinds mug with my one of my Christmas presents this year, the lovely Little People RuPaul's
Shut the up.
Made by our good friends at Fisher Price. Congratulations. You are the winner of this week's challenge.
That is the single stupidest thing I've ever seen, and I'm in love with it.
Yeah. But okay. I'm so excited to talk about, like I said last year, some good lip syncs and some mid lip syncs that my fellow panelists have chosen. But let's keep it 100. I am probably going to be the one, if anyone here has chosen a mid lip sync, it is me. Let's keep it 100.
They said it, not us.
It's fact, though.
We'll see.
And it is I am back. I have returned from my house to bless all of you YouTube people. It is I, Eve the Bunny, Chicago drag artiste, maven, ingenue, and queen of Ivy Park. I am wearing Ivy Park's House of Ivy collection. Halls of Ivy collection. It is a neon green hoodie situation. I think it is very luxurious, and I'm feeling my goats as Mother
Good.
Miranda
Nope.
Melinda says. Yes, Melinda Randa Virga. Yes, I'm feeling my goats, and I'm drinking sweet tea.
Lovely.
Thank
What
God.
part of England are you from, Adele? My house.
My house. Tune into the Cup Awards airing the day after this video drops to see if Eve won a Cup Award. I will neither confirm nor deny at this time, but she might have.
She was nominated.
She was a nominee.
I
You
was
said she
nominated.
nominee. Yeah.
I love that the bitch didn't even know she was. Yes, you were nominated.
You know, it's just thank you so much. I want to thank you all so much for giving me this highlighter I just picked up. It's beautiful. I'd like to thank who else was nominated.
I was
Whoever it was,
nominated.
they didn't win.
We
I wanna
all
thank
four
them.
of us were nominated.
Okay, none of y'all won. I want to thank y'all, my nominees, for being nominated, because without them in the category, I would have won a lot easier.
I mean, I'll be honest. I voted for Mr. Talented. So.
That's my child, so I still get half of those winnings.
And this is your fame game winner?
Tune into the Cup Awards to find out whether Eve won or lost. Who knows?
Who knows?
I do. But
I
know.
I won, even though 30 seconds ago I didn't even know I was nominated.
Anyway, we are not here to talk about nominations. We're not here to talk about any of that. We're here to talk about our favorite lip syncs of 2023. Thankfully,
Wait. Say do it. Lip sync again. Do it again.
We're here talking about our top lip syncs of 2023. Oh, yay!
God,
and
I love you.
somehow, despite having 3 less people than we did when we did this video last year, it's still going to be just as chaotic.
I mean, what would the cup be if not having some chaos every now and then? That's what we need to change the C to. It's the Chaotic Unnamed Podcast.
We are the Chaotic Unnamed Podcast.
Oh, I love
that.
It's
Laser
the
Light
rock
Show.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm very excited for all the Eve effects that happened today. But yes, we are here. It is our top 23 lip syncs of 2023. This is our 3rd year doing it. The first iteration was, I think, the 2nd or 3rd video we ever did for the channel, which is a very fun fact. Neither of those people involved in that video, other than me, are currently regular people on this podcast, but it's okay. Because we grow, we evolve, we evolve in year 3 of this podcast. We are at year 3.
We thank our predecessors for their services.
Thank you. I will also take that, as I was a predecessor.
not you, because you're still here. There's the other ones that are gone. You
like
don't
when
count.
all of the Wiggles left.
Okay,
and then that
this salute is not for Logan.
Whatever.
Kind of like when all of the old Wiggles left, and then that one Wiggle stayed in the Wiggles, and then like they made the new band. This is that.
That's you. You're the new Wiggle.
I am the new Wiggle. Sure. Am I the hot one?
No, you're the old one. You're the one that's stuck around.
Damn it. Okay.
That's rude.
Anyway, we're going to talk about our favorite lip syncs from around the world. Some of us more around the world than others.
You.
Me. I'm the most around the world of everybody here. And second would be Lana. So, how this is going to work is we're going to go around in alphabetical order, because that made the most sense when I made the Google Sheet. And we're going to talk about our favorite lip syncs. So if someone else has a lip sync ranked somewhere and we bring it up, we're all just going to talk about it at once. So if Eve's 22nd favorite lip sync of this year is my 13th favorite lip sync of the year, we're going to talk about it at once. Until we get to our top 5, where we will all briefly discuss our top 5, because they're our top 5. So with that,
this is gonna be chaotic.
Yes, it always is. But we're gonna try to execute this with the least amount of chaos humanly possible. I don't know whether that's going to work, but we'll see what happens.
So, question.
Yes, my dear.
We have 23, and we're only doing 23, but we actually have 2 extra honorable mentions.
Yes.
When do they come in?
That's going to be the first ones we do.
So we're doing 25.
Correct, but it's the top 23 because only 23. It's the top 23 of 2023.
Gotcha.
It's
so
cute.
Next year it'll be the top 24 of 2024.
Gotcha.
And then after that, we'll probably scale it back to like 15 or so. But for now, it's cute, so we're doing it for now. But
Okay.
The top 50 of 2055.
I smell what you
if
said.
we're here in 2050,
I'm not
I will be impressed.
watching Drag Race at 2055. You think I'm going to be watching those homos in wigs at 2055? RuPaul is going to be a floating head like in Futurama. She ain't going to be hosting no damn show.
Oh, God.
It's going to be Asia O'Hara's Drag Race.
And even Asia O'Hara will have already passed it on.
Icon mother moment.
Okay. I can't tell whether the slide or the document is on screen yet. So
it is.
We can see it. We can see it.
Great. Well, yes, you asked to be pink, Eve. I asked you for a color. You said pink.
Oh, okay. That's what it was for.
Yes.
I thought you were buying me something.
Oh, maybe I am.
Yay! Make it pink. Unless it's money, then I want it green.
Noted, my dear.
Eve is turning into a quote machine today, and I'm here.
I love it. No, I'm so here for it. So we are going to start with our honorable mentions. We're going to bring them up very briefly. No one else has to bring up whether they're on their list or not, but we're just going to very quickly do the honorable mentions and then get into our actual list. So going in alphabetical order, Brooke, what are your honorable mentions?
All right. This is the first one. Is the only lip sync I have from UK this year. It wasn't my favorite year for UK lip syncs. A lot of them were good, but I think there were just some that were a lot better otherwise. But that is going to be Dee Licious versus Kate Butch to This Hell by Rina Sawayama. Obviously from UK5. And then the other one is going to be from Drag Race Italia. It is going to be Lightning Aurora versus Morgana Cosmica. I'm going to pronounce that right. To Tribal by Melody. Tribale, thank you. I did my best. But yeah, I enjoyed both of those. So there you go.
Fabulous. Eve the Bunny. In question and answer, what are your honorable mention lip syncs?
Okay, so my honorable mentions are, first up, I have to put this as my complete bottom honorable mention because I feel like it was a horrible disservice to the drag community as well as someone who sees themselves and who we see as a icon, legend, some will say guru of lip syncs and dragging themselves. I felt this lip sync was horribly unfortunate, but also at the same time, I love the song. So I put one of my first honorable mentions as Jimbo versus Silky Nutmeg Ganache doing Freakazoid.
Beautiful.
I love the song. I love Silky lip syncing anything, and I hate the fact that Jimbo beat her off that song. So I put that one there. The second one that I put, I do not know how to pronounce it, so I'm not going to try to. But it was the lip sync because I thought it was very beautiful and gorgeous. And it was one of them that I didn't get a chance to see. And Logan reminded me of and said it was really good when I went back and saw it. I was like, ooh, this was real pretty. So I put it as one of my honorable mentions. But it was Drag Race Philippines, Miss Jade So versus Matilda.
It's Gusto Ko Nang Bumitaw.
Yes.
Is how you pronounce it. Because I knew you would not know how to pronounce it.
I was like, I knew it was Gusto, but I did not know how to pronounce the rest. And I did not want to try to butcher it. But I was like, that was beautiful.
Perfect. Lana.
Okay, so for me, my first honorable mention comes from La Mastraga, and it is Demetra versus Kelly. And it's because I don't know I don't want to pronounce that because I don't want to do that.
I don't remember
To
what the
that.
subtitle is.
It's Le Chapaque Vabren. I don't know. I guess. But
Demetra versus Kelly.
yes, that is my first honorable mention. And my second honorable mention. Sorry, got to turn my notifications off. I was going back and forth between two.
Okay.
Because I was like, one of these could be on my 23, but then I was like, but so I think it's going to have to be. Hold on, I wrote it down. Oh, here it is. Okay, it's going to be from UK5. It's going to be no. Yes, it is. It's still gonna be UK5.
Okay.
Oh, it's two of them.
I know.
It's two of them. But I'm going to go with because I feel like this should be it. I'm gonna go with Caramel versus Tomorrow with Remember by Becky Hill and David Guetta. That would be a good honorable mention for me. Because they did not make the list.
I love 8 honorable mentions across the 4 of us, and we're getting 7 franchises represented. I kind of
That's iconic.
That's iconic. My first honorable mention is going to come from Drag Race France. 2 of my absolute favorite people from Drag Race France. It's going to be Cookie Cunty versus Peach.
Oh.
To Etalor by Shime, I think is how you say that person's name. I still don't know. But that was the comeback lip sync when Peach came back into the competition.
Yeah. Okay.
I was thinking about that one, but I was like,
yeah, that didn't make it on my end. But
Cookie did make my list in some capacity, and we'll talk about that shortly. But my second honorable mention is going to come from Drag Race Germany. And going back and rewatching this lip sync, I was like, this is actually pretty dang good. And it's going to be my dearest, darling, good friend, Tessa Testicle, versus the only Naomi doing Holding Out for a Hero.
We will be talking about that one again.
I'm very excited to talk about that more.
I really wish I could have found the lip syncs for Germany because the thing I was using to rewatch them, because I did not watch Germany, full disclosure. But
they're on
YouTube. Lip syncs. I know. I didn't find that out until after I made my list.
I'm telling you, you're missing out on a wealth of lip syncs.
Because Germany has a couple of them on mine.
I think Germany is my most represented franchise.
So would you say it's an abundance of lip syncs?
So I have a question.
Yes, my dear.
About the format of how we're doing this. So let's say that Logan, you say my 23rd is this, and it's one that's on my list. Do you need to know what number it is on my list?
Yes.
So basically, if I don't have anything numbered, I have to create numbers for everything if I hear that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we can do that.
So we will all be doing our ranked list. Eve will be doing the Drag Race ranking simulator from TikTok during this video.
Pretty much.
Unless you decide that a lip sync is in your top 5 for sure, and then we save that for your top 5 later.
Got you.
Great.
I know which ones would be in my top 5. So I feel like I have a good way to do this because I know how I feel about half of my list as opposed to the other half of my list. So depending on which song it is, I'll know where it'll fall. Okay.
Perfect.
We should be good.
Great. So with that being said, Brooke, you're number 23.
All right. My number 23 is going to be coming from our friends to the north, our people up in Canada. It's actually relatively recently, just happened last week. But it's going to be Amy Marseille Chanel versus Near Enough to Fever Dreamer by S.G. Lewis, featuring Charlotte Day Wilson and Channel Trey. It was just really good, especially after, I'm also a big fan, you'll find this out later, of, lip syncs that have drama or lip syncs that, compel a really interesting storyline. And after the mess that happened with them a few weeks before this, with the double save and all that, which we'll talk about that later. I really enjoyed getting a definitive winner, because too often with these double saves we don't get that. But two, it really felt like a good bookend and a nice tidy little bow on top of their storyline or their mini feud. And I mean, the season's not over yet. Obviously, we're going to see how this turns out long term for Nira, but I just really enjoyed the lip sync. I think this episode was just really good on the whole too. Because spoiler alert, that is not the only lip sync from that episode that is on this list for me.
Good.
Or any of us.
I will say I don't have that Amy and Nira lip sync on my list.
Fair.
Eve, Lana, do either of you have that on your list?
I do.
Where would you like to place it, my dear?
First one. I would say I would put it at number 11 on my list.
Work, Diva.
I support that fully. Lana, did you have it?
You did put 2 on there, right?
I was like,
yes,
you put it last too. You put it at 23.
Got you.
That song I love the song.
Oh, for sure.
The
I mean, again,
song itself was like, it made me think of K-Tronada.
Fair.
And I love K-Tronada.
I mean, 23 on this list does not mean it's bad. It's literally, even if I'm not Logan and watching every franchise that existed this year, I had like 7 or 8 to pick from here.
That's
23
true.
is like pretty high for me. I think it's in the top 25% for what I had this year.
As I say, I only say that because of the efficiency when it came to how I picked my list. So for me, 23 is like 23 is a good. It's a 23. Like it's
valid. Valid.
My 23 is a good, like, 23. It was already in the army and got enlisted at 18. It's out now and has PTSD and a drinking problem. Like, at 23 is ready.
Well, speaking of your 23, Eve, what is it?
Wait, let me check. I know what it is. Hold on, shoot.
Great.
Sorry, I was like, I know what it is. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I know who is in it, and I know the part that I like the most out of it. Why does this? Sorry, my camera is being kind of weird and won't let me like come back on.
Oh, that's weird.
I think maybe I tried to switch between screens too fast, and that might be it. Okay. I have too many screens open, and so it's moved a little slow. Let me delete some of these. Oh yeah, I have a lot of tabs open. Sorry.
Very good.
Okay, so my 23, I'll just say it, even though you can't see my face. It is from Drag Race Philippines season 2. It is finale lip sync between Arizona Brandy and Captivating Cat Cat.
Work.
I can't remember what the name of the song is, but I do remember Idols. It was done by Idols because Arizona did that vape trick in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That Idols. That was like my favorite part.
Kapang
That's my favorite part.
Kapang Yarihan.
There we go.
Thank you.
I was like, you know what? That makes perfect sense too. Yeah, because I really don't. I feel like the way that I'm going to discern how I'm gauging some of these people is, like I said, I know there's like, when it comes to me and lip syncs as a drag entertainer, I'm very picky. I want y'all both to be slaying it on both ends. So for me personally, when it comes to the latter half of my list, it's honestly going to be because one person was just slaying it a lot harder to me than the other person was. The lip sync wasn't horrible, but it wasn't one of the best because both of the entertainers weren't firing off on all cylinders like I would have wanted them to. So that's the reason why they're my 23, because I just really don't care for Cat Cat that much. So valid. Unfortunately, she pulled my girl Arizona down.
Valid. Does anyone else have it on their list? Because I don't.
I don't, but I do have Amy and Nearest. I didn't see that when I was. I do have Amy and Nearest on my
the round 2 one.
Brooks. Yes, I do have
Great.
that.
Where
one.
do you have it, my love?
It is on. It's at 7 actually.
Oh,
I really like that one.
work, Diva. I support that.
Work.
Which one did you have it at?
7. Amy and Nearest.
Oh yeah.
Round 2 of Amy and Nira.
Oh,
we
wait.
gotta specify
Nira
because there's
is-
2 different.
Hey,
sets
this
of-
is round. Oh no.
We're talking about
I was about to
Fever
say
Dreamer.
no.
We are not talking about Come Through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they take that off. That's not the right one then.
Yeah, no, because I was
I
about to
thought
say
that was
you
the
said you
same
hadn't
one.
watched the Slay Off.
Not that one. Not that
Don't
one.
worry,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that one shortly. Don't worry.
Yeah,
okay.
that part.
Sorry, I was
What?
gonna say sorry to spoil that, but yeah.
You're good. You're good.
It was
Okay.
really good though, so you have something to look forward to.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
like, I will tell you that. It's really good. And the song is good too.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, Lana, your number 23.
My number 23 is Clover Beach versus Kelly Roller, A Mama by whatever. I can't remember.
Rigoberta Bandini.
Yes. Only because Clover got Kelly out of there, and I really like that moment. And that was great for me.
This was the this would have been my 27th. I caught it right before I made my list.
Work, Diva.
But Clover does make my list later, so don't worry.
Logie Bear, what
I'm
are
a-
you doing?
I was gonna say no one else had Clover and Kelly before we move.
No.
Didn't have anything from Hispania.
Good, noted. So here's the part of the program where we get to talk about Amy Yonsei Chanel versus Near Enough lip syncing to Come Through by Priyanka and Lemon because I have it at 23.
Okay.
Work,
Well,
Diva.
I have it at 7.
Oh, give me one. I figured as much. Let me
I will
get
tell
it.
you. I'll tell you this, Lana. If you had their first lip sync at 7, you're gonna love the second one.
Yeah.
It would probably be at like
Ooh.
15 or 16 for you based on that, if I had to guess. Like, I really enjoyed it.
Probably.
I also had this on my list. I had this at number 19 on my list.
Great.
Number
I
19.
I don't have it on my list, but I loved watching everyone else's reactions to that lip sync, especially Maddie Rance, because
Yeah, I love Maddie.
Maddie called her thick lemon.
My
Okay.
roommate calls her Evil Lemon.
Maddie said, "This is cheating. This was made for this girl. That's thick lemon right there." I said, "I'm screaming."
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure this is the first time a former contestant had a song lip
Yes.
sync on Drag Race.
Yeah,
that is
And
correct.
also, the fact that it was Priyanka and Lemon makes me feel so happy and so thrilled because I love both of them. I love them.
You know what? I'm going to throw a little shade here, and I don't usually try to throw shade, but I'm gonna throw a little shade here because we talked about this very same thing on when we talked about our podcast on Drag Race. So if you were there, you could have made this point there, but you weren't. So
I was behind. Okay. Reason being, I was not caught up with Canada. I am catching up as we speak. I should actually be caught up for the next episode. Fun fact. But which I'm excited about.
But yes, we did talk about that. But that's good. It was good. It was just a good lip sync all the way around.
It was so good. The thing that brings it to number 23 for me is A, the sheer number of franchises I'm judging between, if I'm being honest with you. And B, the fact that while I think the lip sync was good, there were moments where both of them didn't know their words. And so that honestly just kind of brings it a little bit further down my personal list. But it was going to make my list in some way, shape, or fashion. And I'm happy it did.
I'll put it to you this way. The only reason why I did not make my list is because maybe I'm a little spoiled being in the US and being old. But I remember when the girls first started coming out with songs after they got off of Drag Race. Like I remember Sahara Davenport doing her little 1-2 back in the day and stuff. So like for me, honestly, I love Priyanka. I love Lemon, but this is like so at the bottom tier of my Drag Race songs that I like. I really only like this song for Lemon, and that's. So I was excited that it was there. I was like, oh yay! But I was like, I wish it would have been some Shangela Working Girl or something like that. I'm like,
Oh, that's a banger.
That would have gave for me. Like I would have lived. But
See, as a Dance Mom stan, getting to hear Working Girl conjures up images of Nia, and I'm thrilled to talk about that at some point, but not today.
But no, I was like,
Yes,
that's somebody.
it's
I always thought that would happen when they would have, because it became a ritual literally every time a season ended. Like at least the top 5 girls all came out with a single. So like, I was just surprised that was the. I mean, it makes sense because it's Canada, but I'm surprised that that's the first time that it's ever been a Drag Race Girls used as a lip sync song, because they could have been used. Hell, they could have used for all these 3-way lip syncs, they could have did some damn Chow Down at Chick-fil-A or something like that. Like they could have been did some of these old school Drag Race songs. So
well, like, one of Alaska's song, because Nails from Alaska was on Dragula several years ago now.
That's true. That's true. It was. I remember that.
But yeah. But all right. So my number 22, we're sticking in Canada, shock of shocks, is going to be Aurora Matrix versus Denim to I'm Not Here to Make Friends by Sam Smith featuring Calvin Harris and Jessie Reyes. Also from this same episode. I love Jessie Reyes as an artist. I think she's super talented, and I'm happy she's getting her shine on these shows. Secondly, it was a really good choice. I don't want to say fun because the song's not like super fun, but it was a really good choice for a song. I think it actually fit pretty well. And also Aurora is just very talented, and Aurora's a very good performer, and I think she really helped carry us. I don't even think Denim did bad either. I think it was definitely one of those situations where you're like Dusty Ray Bottoms up against Monet Exchange kind of level of like, you both did well, not that same skill level, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't do badly, and I think you could have beat some other people in the cast to the song, but it was still entertaining, and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, that's about it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know who else Denim could have beat on that cast with this song. I don't see her beating Kiki with this damn song. And the fact that Denim picked it first made no sense to me. When I heard the song, I was like, girl, this is not in your wheelhouse. What are you doing? I felt like that she kind of set herself up a little bit and be like, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do something unexpected. Because I feel like that she could have done a lot better, honestly, with Uninvited. But I felt like that was the one everybody steered away from, except for, you know what I mean, like Venus. No one else wanted it. And Kiki just got stuck with it. And so, like, it was very interesting watching that lip sync, especially us seeing how Aurora lip sync. And then Aurora went and stood right next to her. We were like, baby, your uphill journey just went from this to a full, like, you're perpendicular at this point. You're walking against gravity. It's not going to happen for you. And, like, she did her best, but it was very sad clown.
Does anyone else have this on their list? Because I don't. Period. We move. Eve, your number 22.
My number 22 is... Oh, yeah, I forgot. I said it was going to be people that I don't like. Okay, yeah, no, I know what the second one is. It is... oh, wait, shit. Sorry. It is Jimbo versus Candy from All Stars. Do You Want to Funk? Their finale lip sync. I liked, once again, it was a lip sync that I liked because I liked the song. It was just one of those, like, Rue does that with those songs where she'll pick these weird, fun 80s songs like MacArthur Park or something, where it'll just be out of nowhere. And I'll be like, this lip sync is just going to be fun regardless. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that was the one thing that saved it at the end, is they both could kind of just do whatever the hell they wanted to with that. It was very just a whole bunch of sounds and whistles and stuff. So it was a decent lip sync because it lacked a lot of room for error. Like, you couldn't really do that one bad. I could see Sugar and Spice trotting around to that damn song, and it still would be like, everyone would be like, oh my God, it's so cute, you know? So, like,
sure.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this lip sync. It's not on my list. It almost made it. But anytime I think about it now, I just think about all the drama that happened with this lip sync at this point, with the whole milkshake fiasco that almost occurred. But
oh Lord, not on my list. But
I always think of when the camera cut to Candy and she's got the big ass silver shoulder pad outfit on or whatever with the big hair, and it's just like.
She's like, "Do you want to funk?" I'm like, "Okay, I guess I want a funk, Candy. Okay, all right now."
I mean, also Sylvester always has really good songs for Drag Race.
Yeah.
They've only used 2, which is shocking.
Yeah, but they've both been really good song choices.
But that's
too. I feel like they could use
Sylvester
more.
just makes good music, back.
Exactly.
Rest in power.
Yes. Lana
Banana.
So my number 22 song is just because I just enjoyed this lip sync. It really wasn't that great. I just enjoyed it for whatever reason it was, but it's Jessica Wilde versus Raja D. O'Hara with Coconuts by Kim Petras. I just really liked this. I don't know why I liked it. It was so stupid, but it made me laugh. It just made me laugh, and I enjoy laughing. And so, yep, there it was.
I'm not mad at the choice because of the people involved. I love me some Miss Wilde, and I love me some Raja D. O'Hara, so.
It is in your mouth.
Oh.
Right now.
Did anyone else have it?
I do not.
Of course not. Nobody would have that. Of course not.
Oh, don't worry, Lana. I'm gonna be coming in with the very obscure picks very soon, so don't worry. Like, but my number 22. Wait, what were you gonna say, Brooke?
Logan's gonna be like, my choice is 2 random people from insert Drag Race Serbia here. Like,
okay, don't call me out because I have
Drag Race Nova Scotia.
Drag Race Croatia. They performed the Let to Mama.
No, shut up. Stop it. I can't trapdoor you right now, but I would if I could. My number 22 lip sync is going to come from Drag Race Mexico. A lip sync that I enjoyed more than everybody else in that episode that when we reviewed it. And it is Matraca versus Regina Voce, Queen of the Universe, lip syncing in the final 4 to El Bombón Asesino by Ninel Conde.
I don't understand what you're talking about. Didn't enjoy it because it's on my list.
Oh, good.
But I won't tell you where.
Oh, girl.
Oh!
Top 5? Okay.
You better work, Lana.
You.
I'm thrilled because I thought I was going to be the only one to do it.
Absolutely not. I love that one. Period.
Oh, I think I think it's revisionist history because David didn't enjoy it that much.
Yes.
I think. This lip sync, I went back and rewatched it because I was like, oh my God, no, the Regina and the Matraca lip sync was so good. And I went back and rewatched it. I was like, oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. Regina Voce's energy in this lip sync, it just perfectly matches the song. Matraca with the dancing. Oh, it's so good.
So good. So good.
It's so good. I'm mad it wasn't higher on my list, but it had to be on the list. It had to be on the list. And I'm thrilled that it's very high on yours on it. But 21, Brooke.
All right, so it's time to go back ages ago, almost a full calendar year, really, to the first lip sync assassin of the year, honestly, if you really think about it. It's time to bring up Jax, but it is not Jax versus Mayari, because that song was an honorable mention, and I did not put it on my list. This is Jax versus Robin Fierce to In Your Room by the Bengals. Now let's talk about this, okay? Because, one, yes, did Jax perform, in my opinion, better in Sweetest Pie than she did in this lip sync in Your Room? I think it's debatable. In my personal opinion, I would say yes. But Aura did like nothing in that lip sync whatsoever. This is like Robin did a really good job, and I really think this lip sync is slept on, because nobody there was no eating, devouring anything. They both just had a really solid competitive battle to a song that they finally used on Drag Race, because I love the Bengals. Note, but I am very happy that that this is here, and I'm happy that these two got to lip sync to it because it was great.
Eve, where is it on your list? Because I know it's on your list.
Top 5.
Shit! All right, I'm here for it. Okay, so here's the real difficulty that I have. This was my number 26. This is the last one that I cut for my list, and I'm so fundamentally upset, but I'm happy that it's made 2 lists because I love these 2 entertainers so much. And I was so sad when I had to cut it because I had to, but oh, I'm so happy. We get to talk about it again later. Okay, great. Eve.
All right. I'm gonna say this one because I don't remember it that much. I know it was good, but I don't fully remember it that much. But I'm gonna say, okay. I'm gonna say my number 21 is going to be Dime by Beth. It was done on Drag Race España between Clover Beach and Visa.
We will be talking about this lip sync again later.
We will be talking about this list. It is on my list as well. It's number 11.
I was like, I didn't fully remember the lip sync, but I remembered the energy of the entire season changing in that moment.
Yes.
Like everything from then on, it all just shifted. And so I remember around with those episodes when I was watching them, how I felt and so I was like, I know that's a good one. So I popped it on there.
It was a very good one. It was a really good one. That's why it's 11 on my list. It was a really, really good one.
We'll be talking about it again later.
Period. And we love that.
Yes, we do. We do. I'm very excited.
My 21, we're going to France.
France!
And it is Ginger Beach versus Peach with the song by Lori. I don't want to pronounce it because I don't know how, but I really enjoyed that number. I hated it that Peach had to leave on that one, the first one. But I also was very impressed with Ginger in that performance. And that's what I remember. I remember them both giving such really good performances, and it was really good to see them. And Ginger surprised me in that moment. So that's why it made my list at 21.
I think it's Je vais vite.
Yeah, that might be right.
It's not on my list, but it's a very good lip sync.
It made my short list.
It made mine as well.
Yeah.
But... well, my number 21, I'm staying in Mexico.
Okay.
And mine is going to be Galavado versus Matraca. I got back-to-back Matraca doing Bizconchito by Rosalia.
Oh. Okay.
This was the top 2 lip sync when they faked them out and didn't tell them it was the top 2 lip sync, and then Matraca won the challenge.
Yes.
And then they were like, Gala, great job, you're safe. It was the stupidest way to do a top 2 lip sync I have ever seen on Drag Race, but the lip sync was incredible because you have Gala, who's wearing a full gown with a big slit in the front, and you're like, oh, she's not going to be able to do any tricks. And then she just pulls out a cartwheel in a full dress. And then this was the first time we saw Matraca lip sync, and I was like, oh, Matraca. So I love this lip sync.
Note to self, watch Mexico.
Absolutely.
No, don't watch Mexico.
Note to self, watch the second half of Mexico.
Got it. Red broke down. Okay.
Yeah. And it didn't make yours, Lana?
No.
Work. Well, then we are back to Brooke for number 20.
All right. So if you know anything about me, when my old intro, I used to tell you all what game I was playing that week because it felt appropriate. Very big part of my life is my gaming stuff. And a lot of this year, I was playing Rock Band. And when I was 8-9 years old, this is actually the way I discovered this song originally. I have loved it for almost 20 years of my life, 15 technically. And this is from Drag Race Down Under, featuring friend of the podcast, Gabriella Labucci, versus Bump of Love to Are You Gonna Be My Girl by Jet. First off, this song is a jam. This song is a banger. I am so thrilled that it got done on any Drag Race franchise. I figured it would happen on Down Under if it did, but I also vividly remember getting spoiled that this happened on Twitter, and in my shock and excitement, it was after or before recording, I said, they did Are You Gonna Be My Girl on Drag Race? And Logan got so angry with me.
I did.
But yeah, I loved it. Gabriella ate down. Like they both did really good. Gabriella ate, as expected. Friend of the channel. Hi, Gabriella.
Is she
yeah.
serving fashion tonight on the runway? I can't hit the button right now, but I would have it.
Regardless, it was really fun. I'm happy it got done, and it made me very happy.
I'm happy that something from Down Under made someone's list, because it certainly didn't make mine.
Girl, mine either.
I believe it's one of my 2 Down Under things this year.
Interesting. All right. Lana, it's not on yours?
Not this one, no.
Gotcha. Then we go to Eve, number 20.
Number 20 for me, I am hopping back over to the Philippines. Philippines has some good lip sync, y'all. I have to give, this is my second to last, is it? No. Third to last Philippines on here. I've got 2 other more Philippines on here. But
I've got 3 more, so I'm with you on that.
But I had to give more love and shout out my homegirl, the lip sync assassin of season 2 of Philippines, Miss Arizona Brandy. So my number 20 pick is going to be the knockdown, drag down, takeout that she did 3-way style with Miss Hannah Beshi and Miss Ovi Kuntz.
A great choice.
Good choice.
Baby, that was the moment when I was like, oh wait, this lip syncing thing is what she does. I was like, wait. Especially because it was the 2-in-1 lip syncs for that one, and the way she flipped between both, it was so campy and seamless. And I was like, yeah, she's one of those girls when they're like, I make my living doing this. This is how I make my, she's one of those girls. I see her she can pay her bills for her drag. I easily see that.
This was my number 26 on the year. It came very close to making my list. I don't even have a legit reason why. I just think the other 25 just stood out to me a pinch more, maybe. But I really, really enjoyed this. Technically, it actually was one of my honorable mentions because it got cut when I had to add something I forgot to add last night. But yeah, we'll talk much later. But yeah, great lip sync. I had a really good time with it.
This won't be the last time we talk about Miss Arizona Brandy. I will say that. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I will say I have a lot of, I would say most of the Drag Race Philippines lip syncs could have made anybody's list because, quite frankly, it is a phenomenal set of lip syncs from top to bottom of the season. Some much better than others. I don't have Arizona Brandy on my list, but I do acknowledge the talent of Miss Arizona Brandy.
Okay.
Note to self, watch Drag Race Philippines.
Note to self, watch both seasons of Drag Race Philippines.
Yeah.
Lana.
My number 20.
Yes.
I was with Brooke. I was Down Under. And Down Under is made my list. I don't know what we're talking about, why Down Under shouldn't make lists, but all right. But this was a no-brainer for me. Everybody knows, if you watch this podcast, you knew I was going to put it on my list at some point in time, and I had to do it. It is Rita versus Ivana Drink with Holding Out for a Hero by Adam Lambert, because I enjoyed that lip sync. I thought it was a good lip sync for Miss Rita, period. And because I'm a Rita Menu stand and I was going to always put her on a list, she made it. So there we go. Done.
Beautiful.
Done.
2 lovely, fabulous, incredible individuals that
Absolutely.
we have interviewed on this channel. So make sure to go check out both of our interviews with Rita Menu and Ivana Drink. There.
Period.
And then in a couple more seconds, there'll be another iCard right there.
Period.
And the 3-way from Philippines was 26. This was 27. So
I feel that. my number 20, I'm going back to France.
France.
I talked a little bit briefly earlier about Miss Cookie Cunty, but I'm going to bring up her first lip sync, which was Cookie versus Vespi, lip syncing to 2 by Lara Fabian, who actually, upon reflection and looking at everybody's list, I think 3 different franchises did a Lara Fabian song this year, which I find interesting. None of them are the same one, but this lip sync hit me because Vespi had just gone through all of the BS that she had to deal with her 2-in-1 look that didn't work. And Cookie fell in the bottom for horrible puppetry. Horrible. And then they both came together in this like beautiful moment of lip syncing this beautiful ballad together. And like Cookie looking at Vespi performing and like her heart is breaking because she knows she's sending the bitch home. But like she loves Vespi and doesn't want to send her home, but like that's what she has to do in this moment.
That was a really good one. I forgot about that. It's
a really good lip sync.
And I think that one made me cry.
It made me cry for sure. The ballads on France, let me tell you, the ballads on France made me sob. But there was another ballad from France that didn't make my list, and I'm frustrated about it. But that's my number 20. So I'm gonna take it. No one else has it on theirs.
I'm thinking of putting it on mine. I forgot about that. I honestly forgot about that. Oh.
Well.
You know what?
Uh-huh.
Because that actually literally made me cry.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be in my top 5.
Okay.
I'm just going to say that. Yeah, because
I'm
having, like, the memories are.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I was visceral. I was crying, sobbing, watching that one. So absolutely, they got to make it.
See, I think part of it might have got lost in translation, though, for me, because I didn't, not lost in, like, verbal translation, but, like, I didn't watch the episode. So I don't know any of the context. All I'm seeing is the lip sync. I'm like, it's good.
There's so much context.
But the big thing for me, because anytime I hate doing this, but when I'm watching a ballad from France, you know what my brain is going to go to.
Yes, of course, obviously, but
so it's just my brain will not let me not think of Lolita Banana and La Big Bertha. So
I love them. So
you know,
they're
both great though. Yeah.
Yes. So we move to number 19. We've already done Brooks, so we are back to Eve.
Ms.
All
the
right.
Bunny.
So we're gonna do another All Stars 8. I'm very surprised the fact that I'm not the biggest Jimbo fan, yet I have more Jimbo on my list than the biggest Jimbo fan that's here. But I had to go ahead and throw on this beautiful edition that we got of I like to call trans women kicking people's asses to Dua Lipa songs.
Yay!
So yes, my number 19 is Jimbo versus Jasmine Kennedy to Hallucinate. Because Jasmine was beautiful.
Also, Jasmine Kennedy versus Jimbo to Hallucinate by Dua Lipa is my number 7.
Okay.
Number 7?
Yeah, it's my number 7. Just the eatery of Jasmine Kennedy.
Valid and understandable.
With ease. She's like, oh, I just woke up. It's time to go play a lip sync. Now I'm going to go get my nails done. It was just so effortless. I was like, ooh. I was like, you've had such a, like, not saying anything about her was hard or rough or any of that kind of stuff, like, during her season, but just the glow up in the short amount of time that she's had since her season. You're like, oh, you're a woman, girl.
And
you're
she
a whole
looked
damn woman.
So happy to be there, like presenting herself, and the outfit she was wearing was stunning. Her moves were so incredible.
Doing the Dula Peep dance killed me, and that was
especially what was that guy's name? Bowen Yang.
Bowen Yang.
I was like, yes,
I love Bowen. I love Bowen Yang.
But also the backhand spring into the split, like,
and that effortless just leg up, like, boop,
no, it's literally I thought she was just like carrying over the momentum into the leg, and then she's just like, nah, split. And I'm like,
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, that's pretty. It was like,
quick.
yeah, it was very jank.
If you don't want moderate spoilers, you might want to skip ahead like 10 seconds. But I cannot wait for her to come back next year. I am so excited. Wait, no, it's not her. It's someone else. Damn, I forgot. I am depressed.
I wish it was Jasmine Kennedy, but no, unfortunately, it is not Jasmine Kennedy. Spoiler.
God, my brain is getting cast of AS9.
It's Jasmine
I know
Master.
Again.
If only.
I know.
It's Kennedy Davenport.
Actually, yes, please. Yes, please.
I wish.
The fact that Kennedy Davenport is currently technically on a 2 lip sync losing streak does not sit right with me. So we need to fix that.
And speaking of lip sync, Lana,
you're up.
My number 19. I said we're going to talk about Arizona again, and we are. But it is Arizona Brandy versus Tiny Deluxe with Kitty Girl by RuPaul. Yay. Because if you go eat a compact thing and you go put it in your mouth and chew on it and all that stuff.
Coating powder in your mouth.
Put some coating powder in your mouth. Blow it. Girl, you got to make the list. You got to make the list. And she ate it down, so I can't be mad at it. It was good. It was good.
Are we going to mention almost every fucking lip sync from Philippines? I feel like
I mean, it might happen.
There are 2 on my list, and neither of them have been mentioned yet. So we'll see.
There are 3 on my list, and one of them has been mentioned.
That was on. Well, I actually lied. I said that I only had 3 more Arizona Brandy lip syncs, including that one with Arizona Hannah OV, but I miscounted. I have 4. So yeah, Arizona was my number 17.
This one,
Arizona and Tiny was my number 17.
Works for me.
But yeah, I have 2 other Arizona lip syncs on here. I forgot about. No, not 2 other Arizona lip syncs. 1 other Arizona lip sync, 2 other Philippines lip syncs. That's what it is.
Great.
Okay.
Great. And I know what the other lip sync is because I know we all have it on our list, and it's just we're all waiting to just talk about that lip sync.
All right. What is yours, Logan?
Thank you so much for asking, Lana. We're staying in the Philippines.
Work.
I from rewatching the finale, I had to give the first of a few kudos to Bernie and Captivating Cat, but this is going to be from the finale when they did Just What They Want by RuPaul. Despite, the wig accident involving our dearest Bernie, in spite of all of that, she still serves an incredibly sickening performance. And while I may not like Cat as an individual, I can't not acknowledge the talent there. And this lip sync from top to bottom, when she's just in the chorus, she's just doing that, that arm movement and then the reveal and then going backstage and getting the mop. It's incredible. So
cool.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Perfect.
Does that make anybody else list?
No.
Nobody else.
Okay.
Great.
I do not have that.
Great. Brooke.
So for my number 18, in the moment when this person came out from behind that sugar wall or whatever they call it, the big panel on All Stars 8 for the Lip Sync Assassins, right?
Scrim,
and I saw who it was. In my moment, I was so beyond excited because I knew that Candy Muse was about to get eaten up by Priyanka to Jumpin' by Destiny's Child. One, I love Priyanka. Priyanka might be... Priyanka's in my top 5 favorite queens that have ever been on any franchise of Drag Race. I adore Priyanka. So getting to see Priyanka earn her slot on All Winners 2, being the international flavor for that, whenever that happens, I adored every moment of this lip sync. That Priyanka was on screen. So there's that. Candy didn't do a ton in this. No shade to Miss Muse. I'm not your biggest fan, but I am a fan of yours. But you just wasn't your best. But I also know allegedly you didn't want to win, so there's that too.
But also, it didn't matter because it was Candy in a bottom 2, and then it didn't matter because they were going to vote for each other, and then Candy would have had to reveal it anyway.
That part. But once again, shout outs to Mother Priyanka eating, devouring, gobbling, swallowing, etc.
It hurt to cut
Throating
this lip sync
it.
from my list.
Throating it.
That part.
Yeah, it hurt to cut this lip sync from my list. It was there. It would have been like 28 probably, and I was very upset to not have it on my list. But
it didn't hurt me at all. It didn't hurt me at all. It wasn't even nowhere near my list. It didn't make it nowhere near my list because nothing Candy Muse did in that season that made anywhere near my list. Just want to put that out.
Valid,
except for Broken Cups, baby. Woohoo!
Yep, a bunch of them.
Eve, you're 18.
Okay. Well, my 18 happens to be a little bosom buddy of one of our fellow cut people here, Mr. Logan. So I'm pretty sure you'll be happy that I placed your little good bosom buddy, Miss Tessa Testicle, along with Miss Victoria Shakespeare's lip sync of Liebenwehr. Their first lip sync that neither of them went home to. They did what needed to be done for that one, honey. I was like, all right.
It is on my list too at number 14.
It is also on my list. I have it at number 10.
Ah, absolutely. It was a good one.
It was.
I will trust all of your judgments on this.
Please do.
Well, I put it this way: with Drag Race, I feel like this used to happen a lot in the beginning seasons of Drag Race. It was like the first lip sync was sometimes one of the best ones to kick the whole thing off, and then like around the middle to latter half of the seasons, you would get those first lip syncs where it would be obvious that one person was winning over the other person. Like it just didn't seem like it was a full fight. And this one, I was like, okay, you guys are kicking the season off already. Like, no, we want to be here. And I'm like, I haven't seen that fire out of girls being in the bottom that early in a minute. So I was like, yeah, I completely understood the double save. I would have been like, it was one of those that I looked at unbiasedly and was like, either of these hosts could stay. Yeah. Like, either of them could at all. Like, so, yeah, it was a cute turnaround. And they both happened to last pretty long in the season two afterwards. It wasn't like they went home the next episode right afterwards, which they do a lot.
Tessa was 8th, and then Victoria was 6th. So yeah.
Yeah.
Despite me having this lip sync and a Tessa lip sync in my honorable mentions, this is not the last time I will be talking about Tessa Testicle in this video. So, but this is my highest place Tessa Testicle lip sync. And I love her. I love Victoria. Like you said, Eve, this started the season so strong and started a very strong trajectory for the entire season of Drag Race Germany. And I loved it.
Yeah.
Lana, any thoughts on this one?
I mean, it was good. I loved it. That's why I made it my list. Sure.
Well, your number 18, my dearest darling angel of lights.
My number 18, we're going to the UK, and it is Carmel versus Miss Naomi Carter with The Only Way Is Up by Yaz. These two queens I thought did amazing in this. I was very sad that they put them together like that, and unprovoked. Unprovoked. It was very much unprovoked, but I see what you were doing, UK, when you did what you did.
They always do it that way.
You wanted to provoke me? I'm
provoked because they provoked me that episode. I was very much provoked because I was like, I see what you're doing, and I see how you're doing it, and it was very unnecessary to do it that way. But they knew that was the only way they was gonna get Miss Naomi Carter up out of there like that. But it was unprovoked, by the way.
I mean, I was surprised she wasn't disqualified for a knee injury. Because if there's one thing UK is going to do, is going to be disqualify someone for some reason.
Oh.
So.
Well, they already DQ'd one person, allegedly.
Exactly.
So...
Oh, no, not allegedly, baby. You could see the bitch in the episode.
But they did.
But it's alleged.
Yeah, everything's alleged.
Everything is alleged information here at the Cup. I mean, neither of these two beautiful entertainers made my list, unfortunately. But
I don't know who they are.
Happy. You're going to love both of them because they are both inspired by Beyonce.
Okay, cool work. Hey, hi.
Miss Naomi Carter's name is Carter, and they both did Beyonce looks on the season. That's why I told you to watch Drag Race UK, Eve, and then you refused.
I did because the two black girls went home like first.
No,
they didn't.
Third.
No, they didn't.
Naomi made it to episode 4, and Cara made it to episode 7. Spoiler.
Did either of them make top 5?
No, unfortunately not.
Well,
but unfortunately, I have to say, both of their eliminations at the times they were eliminated were deserved.
Yeah.
Well, see, then I wouldn't have wanted to see that.
Okay, but they both served Black excellence on this season. That is a great season. So that's what I'm
true. I'll just follow. I follow them on Instagram.
Great, please do.
I follow them on the gram
because they're both great. Nobody else had it on their list, I'm gonna assume.
No, nobody had that.
Okay. So here's the part of the program where we go to a franchise we haven't been to yet, and I think this is the only stop today we're gonna make at this franchise.
Probably.
Secret Celebrity Drag Race.
Absolutely not.
Like Drag Race Belgium or some shit.
Actually, it's Drag Race Sweden. But we will be talking about. But we will be talking about Belgium later. My number 18 is going to be Fontana versus Santana Sex Machine, lip syncing to Euphoria by Loreen in front of Loreen.
This is on my list too. This is my number 16. I don't want to steal your moment. This is your moment. I'll let you have it. But for me, this year was the first year I really even got exposed to Eurovision. Thanks to some lovely people on the podcast. Thank you very much.
Hi, you're welcome.
Yeah. So finding out one about the song is incredible. But two, finding out about Goddess Loreen, two incredible things to find out about, and then getting to see this on Spire was just so satisfying. Great lip sync. I don't know anything else about Spire other than the fact that I enjoyed this lip sync, but I'm hoping it was a good season. Mess,
but in the worst way, but also in the best way.
Okay, should I watch this or Hall 2? Which one's worse?
You watch this.
Okay.
Lana, did this make your list?
I didn't even watch this season. I don't even know these people.
Okay, well, you had mentioned it earlier, so that's why I was asking.
Well, I said it was going to be an honorable mention, but that was clearly I was joking because I wasn't going to put anybody on the list that I don't know.
Okay, that's fine and acceptable and valid.
Lana said, "Fuck the Swedes."
I don't know the Swedes. I don't know you.
Here's the lore about this. This is the stupidest. This is maybe the dumbest lip sync I have on my list because you have to frame this season with the fact that one of the front runners went home the week before this. And in that episode, they also had the first 3 eliminated queens come back to do a comeback, but the comeback challenge was just the reading challenge. That's it. That's all they had to do to come back into the competition. Someone came back into the competition, should have been in the bottom 2, wasn't. One of the front runners got eliminated. Then we go into this week where the girl that had come back after being previously eliminated should have been in the bottom 2 for this episode, was not. I think she has one of the most tumultuous track records of all time. And then we see this lip sync in front of Loreen to Loreen after a girl group challenge where Santana is a front runner and Fontana is the person nobody knows. Serving Brazilian excellence, the first of the Brazilian excellence of this year, might I add. She comes in, knocks out this lip sync because Santana didn't snap up the bodysuit she had for a bodysuit reveal under a gown, and then spent, I'm not exaggerating, the first verse and chorus of this song lip syncing the words kind of, but trying to snap up this bodysuit in the back, ultimately giving up, and then still serving a fabulous performance.
She was serving fashion tonight on the runway.
No, she was not. She was not serving fashion in any of it. But
the whole joke.
Meanwhile, Fontana is just serving a beautiful lip sync, and I love Fontana, and I wanted her to make the list, and I love Fontana. That's all. So that's my Spadier rant for the 7 people that actually watched the season.
Spadier. So we're going across the Atlantic now. Not to UK though, because no more UK for me. But to France. For my only lip sync from France today. And it is sorry, it's just the only one on here. I'm sorry. But it is Mother Goddess Queen Delight of the World, Kiana Revlon, versus Sarah Forever in the final lip sync to Titanium by David Guetta and Sia. To use a term that Logan uses frequently, duh. It's incredible. Probably, let me look at my list. I don't think I have another crown lip sync above this. If I do, I'm missing, offhandedly. I adored this. One, I'm shocked they've never done this on Drag Race before. You would think they would have.
It costs too much to pay for the rights for. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but they paid for it in France?
They did
because
they
licensing
did
rights. They did Chandelier on Germany. It's because licensing rights are less expensive outside of the US.
They did Chandelier on US too. It was Trixie's All Stars finale lip sync against Kennedy.
That was Wrecking Ball, my love.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. That was Wrecking Ball.
Regardless, they should do this on US because it would eat. But really incredible lip sync. Kiana, you are Mother. You are the best and strongest winner in the history of this franchise. You are the definition of excellence in every meaning of the word, and I am so happy that you got the crown that you so rightfully deserve.
Lana, how high is this on your list?
It's not on my list.
I'm shook.
I'm really shook.
I'm like, they were your top 2. Hell.
I forgot.
Lana!
No, honestly, I liked this lip sync, but it wasn't one of my favorite lip syncs of the year. And I was like, the only problem with France, and not saying that this is the thing that I wanted to see happen, I didn't get enough of lip syncs from Kiana. I wanted more lip syncs from Kiana, and we didn't get it because she was always winning or high or safe. And it was like,
never safe,
just high, just always high. And so we never got to see Kiana. And I think if we would have seen her more, I would have been able to okay, maybe this lip sync was better than this. I didn't have anything to compare it to. And so it didn't. And I felt like, honestly, as much as I love Kiana in this, I felt like Sarah was edging her out a little bit at points in this lip sync for me, that I was like, I don't want this to be the one that represents Kiana for me, because I don't feel like she was the absolute drop down best in this lip sync. So
that's fair.
That was my reason.
That exact back and forth that you just talked about is why it's number 8 on my list. Because I was like, this is the first time in this competition that I feel like someone is coming for Kiana and matching her energy. And that's what I loved the most about it, was that back and forth. Like, at moments I was like, oh my God, Sarah's winning this lip sync. And then at moments I was like, oh my God, Kiana's winning this lip sync. And that back and forth, and just the grandeur of being on this the stage for a live finale of Drag Race France,
which I loved.
The third franchise now to do a live finale after Thailand. But having the grandeur of all of that, the ink reveal from Sarah, the multiple reveals from Kiana, saving her voguing until the end of the performance, and still just giving a classically beautiful and wonderful lip sync throughout the entire other portion of it, period. It's incredible.
And on top of that too, the big thing for me, the reason why I did put it on my list was that, like you mentioned, Lana, we didn't get to see Kiana lip sync at all until literally is the only time we got to see it happen.
Yep.
And although, pardon me, because Logan and I were talking about this before you all even joined the call before we recorded today, that I would have loved to see more Kiana lip syncs, and I think she's incredibly talented. But I think that kind of makes it a little bit more special that we didn't. It's not like a situation with like Near Enough, like who's incredibly talented, right? We've seen her lip sync a bit now,
4 times.
4 times now, and season's not even over yet. No shade to Nira. She's only been at the bottom once, but yeah, love Nira. But it made this feel like an attraction, like a special thing, like you need to see Kiana lip sync, and that's part of the reason I loved it so much.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, if we would go put performances in this lip sync where she would like the talent show or stuff like,
Sure,
I think her finale performance, I would have put that in there. But that would for me, but that's it.
Valid. No, I get that for sure.
I had it as my number 12.
Great.
Party.
Any thoughts you want to share on that while we have you on that, Eve?
Oh, I think that it was a good performance, but I think that we kind of got spoiled when it came to American live performances, because I feel like that both of their performances didn't give off anything that I feel like would have been strong enough to overtake like any U.S. girl that was doing a live finale, because some of the U.S. live finales, when it came down to like their like last stunt that they did, it's been like some epic ass shit, Yeah. And then what we got was like, we basically got Anitra versus Sasha.
In more ways than one, yeah.
Right, because we got one girl that did a reveal where it was a whole bunch of color and stuff coming out of her, and then the other girl got naked. But I do feel like that their performances were solid. Like, given that, if you want to put them on the same level as Anisha and Sasha gave good performances, so I'd say they were solid. But I would agree. I feel like that it would be different if we had more than one kill on a lip sync to judge it off of. We probably wouldn't make this one the first one.
Agreed. All right. Well, we could go. Oh wait. That was number 16. Oh, no.
16.
My 17. We're at 17, right?
We're at 17? Yes, you're at 17.
Yes, we're at 17. We already did Eve's 17, so we're going to go to Lana.
All right. Well, my 17 is actually, we're going to Canada. And it is Denim versus Venus with Feel It in My Bones by Tegan and Sarah. That was the very first lip sync we got out of this franchise, but it was for the win and not for for your life. I enjoyed this one. I don't know what it was about this one, why this one stood out to me like it did, because I was looking through, trying to get through all the franchises, and I was like, which one stood out? And like I said, full transparency, I didn't watch this last one, so I didn't see all the lip syncs from the lip sync slay off, whatever. Yeah. So, but I was trying to go through all of the franchises and figure out which one stood out. And this one just stood out to me. It just jumped out for me, and I just really liked it. Don't know why. I just do, but I know why. Because I love denim. I just love denim. I'm a stan of denim. That's what it is. So there we go. Period.
Denim.
Anyone else have this on their list?
I do not.
Nope, I don't.
Good.
But it was a really good lip sync.
I do
think denim is a cute little fuzzy nugget.
Love her.
I'm so obsessed with denim. If you've watched our Canada reviews, I'm very obsessed with denim. I love denim.
If denim comes to Chicago, I'm trying to make out with him.
Period.
If denim comes to Chicago, you need to let me know, and then I will be coming to Chicago.
17,
him and his partner, quite honestly and genuinely, I'm like, yes, please. Number 17, I'm going back to Germany, and it's very interesting, Brooke, that you brought up a lip sync by Sia because my number 17 is Pandora Knox versus Lorelai Rivers lip syncing to Chandelier by Sia.
Party girls don't get hurt.
It's such a captivating lip sync because Lorelai does a great job. She's very consistent. Her performing is good. This was the last of the Lorelai lip syncs that we saw, and I don't think she did bad ever in a lip sync on the season. But when you've got Pandora doing a split off the stage, doing her like half of her routine in front of the stage, and then flipping up onto the stage, doing a handstand onto the stage, and still lip syncing, hello, Pandora Knox.
Period.
I suppose it does.
But
Yeah.
am I the only one?
Yes.
I think you are.
Didn't watch the Germany ones.
Don't have it.
Well, watch the second half of them. And the first half, actually. No, watch all of them. There's one that's not great, honestly. But
Diva.
number 16, we already did Brooks, which was Fontana and Santana. So we're back to Eve, number 16.
Number 16 for me is back in the United States. Since I seem to be the only person giving the U.S. love around. You guys are some communists, but it's okay.
I will be later.
Oh, I'm about to say we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Five U.S. lip syncs on my list. 5.
Literally.
I'm about to say relax. We just haven't got there yet.
Okay, so which one are you bringing up first?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Not the beat boob.
Okay, wait.
Hi.
Can you see me? No. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
you. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Do you hear anything?
Oh.
Oh
What's
no.
happening?
Okay.
Movement of Eve.
Is there juju?
Okay,
You're good.
Something happening.
Are we paused?
Something happening.
We're not.
Hello.
Can you? Because I can't.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, let me do that. Well, let me go out of full screen. I got it.
Okay.
All right.
So, number 16, I'm going back to the United States. I am going to regular Drag Race, not All Stars. I chose Lucy LaDuca versus Selena STDs for Running Up the Hill by Kate Bush.
Our generic mother herself, Lucy LaDuca?
Yes.
And the queen of the S-titties?
Yes.
Golden Boot recipient Selena STDs?
I liked this lip sync because I like a good emotional kind of lip sync. And I was a huge Selena's fan during her season, and I was a very big underdog rooting fan for Lucy too. So I didn't like the fact that they were both in the bottom during this episode, but this is also like the one where like everybody started calling each other out and stuff like that. So this is when it started really getting juicy, and I just felt like this lip sync just came across so much more like profound. Like neither of them wanted to lose this at all, you know? And I was like, it was a good one. For me, it was a good one out of the season. A really good one out of the season.
Cool. Okay, well, for me, I'm going back to the UK. I'm crossing the pond from the US and going to the UK for my number 16. And it is Caramel versus Vicky Vivacious with Ooh Ah, Just a Little Bit by Miss Gina G. Number one, I like that song. I really do like that song.
A Eurovision representing song.
I do like that song. And then number two, I think they performed it. And they lip synced it really good. And I enjoyed the lip sync. Just a little bit. But that's my explanation. I'm done. Thank you.
I love one of these two entertainers in this lip sync.
Yes, I know. Me too. But we moved.
That's all. My number 16, I'm crossing the pond back over, Lana. You crossed it for UK. I'm crossing it over. I'm going back to the US.
Okay.
Eve. My number 16 is going to be from All Stars 8. We've had a couple lip syncs mentioned so far from All Stars 8, but not the lip sync of All Stars 8 for me, which is Kahana Montrese versus Aja. Is she Miyake Mugler now?
Miyake Mugler.
Yes,
correct.
she is Miyake Mugler.
Aja Miyake Mugler, lip syncing to Freaking Dress by Mother herself, Beyonce.
We will be talking about this later.
Right.
I loved it. 10 out of 10.
That's
Great.
my number 10.
Her.
That was on my list. I don't know why it didn't make it.
Oh.
That's my number 10. Oh yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
Just I will never forget the cleanness of that spin it all around and take it to the ground that Asha hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
it. That was it.
Asha for All Stars. I don't care if it's already happened. Do it again.
Right,
Aja
you brought some girls back
Aja
more
for
than
Global
once.
All Stars too, quite honestly and genuinely.
No, I'm like, you brought people back more than once. You can bring her back.
Agreed. Now that she's a Miyake Mugler too, we've got the full scope of Aja, from just Aja to Aja LaBeisha to Aja Miyake Mugler. I love it.
Don't forget about Aja 007 there for a little bit.
Oh yes, how could I forget Aja 007?
15, Brooke.
All right, so Logan, you crossed the pond back. We are once again crossing the pond again. This time, though, we're going to Belgique. I don't know if this is like a popular opinion. I did not. It was very late when I got to Belgium on my watch through. I did binge a lot of these in one night. However, this is the only one that I really was like, yeah, this is really good. I'm really entertained. And that is, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Mocha Bone versus Susan to Million Eyes by Loic Notet. I'm hoping.
I am thrilled that you brought up this lip sync, and it's Mocha Bonet versus Susan from Grindr. She couldn't say from Grindr on the show, but her drag name is Susan from Grindr.
That's a great drag name.
This is my number 9.
Word.
Oh.
This lip sync is fucking incredible.
It's so nuts.
I don't want to take your moment, but I also need to have a moment.
Please take my moment. Please take my moment.
Thank you. Because Mocha Bonet was one of the more underrated contestants on Belgique. This was her 3rd time in the bottom, I believe, in a row. Or it was like her 2nd or 3rd time in the bottom in a row. Very underrated. Being the person of color on this cast, of course, they were gonna put her in all the lip syncs and not let her go far. But this is where she goes home. This is Susan's 1st time in the bottom. And the ferocity with which these two entertainers performed this lip sync. If you have not watched this lip sync, please do. Just please do. Because this is a power ballad done right on Drag Race.
I really enjoyed
it. And it is spectacular and incredible. I love this lip sync so much. So I'm glad it made someone else's list, because I thought it would be just me.
Only one I got from Belgique, but there you go.
Same.
Work.
Number 15 from Eve.
Okay. Just wanted to double check my list. My number 15 I have is Mistress Isabel Brooks versus Jax, doing Tell It to My Heart by Taylor Dane.
Tell it to my heart.
I loved the two just different styles of the lip syncs, of you getting like a good classic, it's like what you would expect, Southern Tell It to My Heart to a Taylor Dane from Mistress, and then getting this like updated Gen Z like version that Jax was giving, where it was like hitting every single note and every single emphasis.
Yeah.
So I'm a little old school for the new kids.
I mean, you called her Taylor Dane. I would know her as Electra Owl.
I hate you. Please never bring up that fucking abysmal show in my presence again. Thank you. Anyway, this was on my short list. It didn't make my final list, but it is a phenomenal lip sync, and I love both of those entertainers very much. So
I enjoyed it.
Lana. Lana.
Lana doesn't love us.
Is it me?
Yes, my darling.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't worry about
My number 15 is we're going to Germany, and it's Metamorphid versus Kelly Hilton, Heart to Break by Kim Petras.
Miss Kelly, baby.
Miss
Period.
Carrie, baby.
Love Kelly. Love Metamorphid.
Was it better than Heidi and Nikki when they did this?
Yes.
Okay, I'll probably watch it then.
And I love me some Heidi, and I love me some Nikki Doll. But yeah, I was very sad this didn't make my final list because I love Kelly and I love Meta, but this is a beautiful, lovely, wonderful lip sync from the two of them. So, my number 15, Lana, we're staying in Germany, but for a different lip sync. And this is the final time in this episode I will be bringing up Tessa Testicle.
Work, Tessa.
Oh God, what the fuck did I do?
Work, Tisa.
And so this is going to be Tessa Testicle in her final lip sync of 4. When most of them weren't deserved. But this is Tessa versus Pandora Knox lip syncing to, oh dear God, what is this song called? Atlemos durch die Nacht by Helena Fischer.
Yay!
Says Atlemos. Tessa serves a phenomenal performance despite this being her 4th time in the bottom in 5 episodes. And this is where we saw Pandora lip sync for the first time, and I said, ooh, stunts. And this is the moment where we found out Pandora was vehemently and viscerally excited to lip sync. And,
Wait,
winner.
is that where that clip comes from?
The one where she's upside down in, like, the neon fur?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's this lip sync.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So my number 14, we are going back to the U.S. For a lip sync, I'm kind of surprised this hasn't been brought up yet because I remember in the moment I was like, oh, okay, work. From the lip sync Lollapalooza, we have Marsha ×3 versus Malaysia Baby Doll Fox to Boys Don't Cry by Anita. I am going to be using the extended version for all of the extended versions that we got in the US because those are just better lip syncs for the most part. This was incredible. Like, actually really good. Marsha got picked by Malaysia because Malaysia thought she was going to be light work. And then Marsha's just like, nah, I'm going to clown on you and I'm going to beat the brakes off of you. And she did just that. I mean, Malaysia's a very talented lip syncer for the most part. This was not her episode. And this was not the song she should have gotten against Marsha. And she underestimated her when Spice was right there. Yeah, Marsha ate up. Malaysia wasn't even bad, but like Marsha just, God, like this was one of those moments where I think like Marsha was in her element. We never really got to see her be the shining star at all, other than this one, and then the other one that I'm assuming we will talk about later. So
yeah,
yeah. So there's that. Great lip sync. I had a really good time with it.
Yeah, I did not have this one on my list.
I don't either.
The one that I have for number 14 is also from the United States. It is not from regular Drag Race season. It is from All Stars. I was a little bit shook at first when you said it's a lip sync. I'm surprised no one has said anything about it. I was like, oh, is it mine? But it is not. Mine is from All Stars. I will say that I am surprised that this one hasn't been brought up yet, but also at the same time, I feel like it hasn't because it doesn't really fit the scheme of a typical like lip sync. I mean, even the person that they had as the lip sync assassin wasn't even someone we would really call a lip sync assassin, even though they are a really good lip syncer. So my number 14 pick is Miss Angeria Paris Van Michaels against Candy Muse doing I'm Not Perfect, But I'm Perfect for You by Grace Jones.
Mother Angeria Paris Van Michaels.
When I had to cut this lip sync from my list, I was very upset because I love
it was a good lip sync. It's not one that
good.
I would automatically put at the top of my list when it goes like, oh, the best ones of the entire year. But yeah, it's up there.
Yeah.
Once again, Skip, if you don't want spoilers, I am so excited she is coming back, and this time I mean it, because she is coming
Now
back.
you got it right.
Yeah.
Now you got it right. Good job, Brooke. Same. But
She was my favorite.
I actually remembered how much I liked the lip sync from, I think Candy retweeted a couple days ago, and she was like, this lip sync kind of got slept on. This was like so good, da 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 da. And she reposted, and I was like, actually, this wasn't a bad lip sync. Like, I did forget about it.
Yeah.
But
it was on my short list. It didn't make my list, unfortunately.
It's a song that Eve would like to perform. Like, it's a song that I've thrown into my discography. I'm like,
please do.
That might be a cute little song for It's a Vibe, honey.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Brooke, I take it you don't have it.
I do not. I wish I did that. This lip sync is great.
Perfect,
but I'm perfect for you.
Good lip sync.
Good lip sync. Good lip sync. Good lip sync. And I'm gonna assume Lana doesn't have it because of previous statements. So I'm gonna go to my number 14. Which this is the first time that Lana and I, at least, because I know for a fact Brooke and Eve didn't watch this. This is the first time I will be mentioning something from La Mas Draga, season 6. My number 14 is going to be Ariel versus my cat queen, Catriona, in their lip sync to, what was the song called? Yo Te Dire by Miranda and Lali, in front of the artists themselves, and then afterwards they got accused of not knowing the words to the song, which they both did, to some extent at the very least. But I love this lip sync. This is one of the very good lip syncs from La Mas Draga. I will be bringing up something else later, but this was fun. This is the first time we got to see Catriona perform, and she is high energy. Every stunt you could think of someone doing, she does all of them. She does every single stunt. She does all the stunts. Any stunt you want, she's doing it.
And she does it clean. And she does it clean.
She doesn't walk that fucking duck.
She walks the duck better than Anitra walks the duck.
That's not hard.
Right.
That is not hard.
She's a better performer than Anitra.
Absolutely.
I'm not a big fan of no-ging. That's just me.
I'm just saying, Catriona is a very clean, very good performer. Like, anytime you see her hit the stage, you know it's gonna be good. It don't matter who she competing against, she make them actually look better, even if they suck. She make them look better.
And Ariel wasn't bad in this lip sync.
I know, at all.
She was giving stunts. She didn't know all her words, but she was giving stunts. She was giving a good performance. She had this like beautiful pearl frame on her face because of what the runway category was, which I lived for. Yeah, this lip sync was good. Did you have it, Lana?
I did not have this one on there, but I have a different one on there.
I have a different one as well, so I'm excited to see where we both have it. 13, Brooke.
All right, I know you know how to pronounce the slogan because you did it earlier when we were in the honorable mentions. It is Matilda versus Miss Jade So from Philippines. Please pronounce it because I don't want to butcher it.
Gusto ko nang bumitaw. That
one. Again, last year I was watching Philippines and these lip syncs. I'm like, I should watch Philippines, and I never did. This year, I watched these lip syncs for Philippines, and I'm like, I should probably watch Philippines. Will I? Who knows?
You should. If you know what's good for you and you want some good drag race, watch Philippines. We will be discussing this lip. We will be discussing this lip sync later.
Yeah.
Eve.
Number 13 for me. It's very funny. This girl, we're hopping back to the U.S. This girl actually used to live in Chicago. She started out as a Chicago queen, and then she moved to Nashville. And it's funny because when we found out that she made it on the season, a lot of rumors are going around the season that she made top 4.
Yep.
Child, the episodes, no. From what we were saying from the episodes, we were like, how? And then, when it came down to her lip syncing too, it's like she's a good lip syncer, but like,
she also had a hamstring injury during the season, so that's why we didn't get as good of a performance from her.
Yeah, but at the same time, just from seeing her lip sync before, like in regular bars at home, like she's good for certain songs. She's not good at everything. And we saw that with this lip sync. But yeah, I said that, yeah, mine is Aura versus Jax. Sweet as pie. Yeah, Jax kind of wiped her very, very easily. Like,
A little
very
bit.
easily. Yeah, there was nothing she could do.
It was a murder. Stop it, she's already dead with a bad hamstring.
Right? It's like the body is so cold and Jax is still just stabbing the shit out of it. I was like,
fatality.
If I didn't have 17 franchises to sift through lip syncs, I probably would have had Jax on my list. Jax doesn't make it on my list at all, and I was kind of surprised by it. But I think every performance of hers was spectacular. So,
yes. Lana.
Oh, okay. So my number 13, we're going to Mexico.
Ooh, yay.
We are going to Mexico, and these are two performers who I personally was a huge fan of. It's one of them towards the end of the season, I became more and more of a fan of them. One of them right away. But it is Lady Keto versus Margaret E. Ya. And I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's by Pilar Montenegro.
Hold on, I can pronounce it for you. Quítame ese hombre del corazón.
Yes, all of that. So that's what I like. I fell in love with Lady Kiddo towards the end of the season. I was a fan of Margaret Iya from the very beginning of the season. Iya. And yeah, I love this lip sync. I thought it was a really, 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 really good lip sync for the two of them. And I was just fans. That's it.
Love Margaret. Margaret told me she said, "Oh no, I consider myself a Chicago queen too." We're like, you know what? Yeah, you are.
Period. Margaret.
The worst possible thing for me is when I was at DragCon earlier this year, I met Margaret having no fucking clue who she was. And then I was made aware of the icon that is Margaret Iya. And I'm just like, well, goddamn, okay.
To be clear, is the neck motion part of the bit, or is that just you all making a joke?
Yes, Margaret Iya.
Iya. That's it. Because that's what Iya means. That's it. It's Margaret. That's it.
So her drag name is Margaret. That's it.
That's it.
That's actually kind of iconic.
It's incredible. She's incredible. She was also on La Mas season 1, which we will be covering at some point in the near future, maybe. We said we were going to do it, so we're going to do it. But I love them both. This didn't make my list, but I love both of those entertainers very much. My number 13, Brooke, it's interesting. We tend to have a lot of similarities when we're doing our lists, because you called back to an honorable mention for your number 13, and I'm calling back to an honorable mention for my number 13. We're going to UK. The only Drag Race UK lip sync that made my list. And it is Kate Butch versus Dee Licious doing This Hell by Rina Sawayama.
Yay, Rina Sawayama! Woohoo, Rina Sawayama!
I love this. I love this because everyone underestimated Kate lip syncing. Everyone was like, oh God, well, if we lip sync against Kate, we're going to win. And Dee Dee had already lip synced. This was her third lip sync of 4 on this season. And she was like, I have to lip sync again. And yet this was the most evenly matched lip sync of the season for me personally.
I'd agree.
I thought they both gave such incredible energy. Kate was so good in this lip sync. Kate could have won this lip sync if they wanted her to make top 4. They didn't. But if they wanted her to make top 4, she could have. Dee Dee absolutely slayed it. When she's in the splits on the floor and then is picking herself up, dragging herself along the floor, it is everything to me. They both ate down. I love this lip sync.
Yes.
Anyone else have it? Or is it just me?
I mean, you know where I had it.
Yes. That's kind of
all right. So my number 12 is a lip sync I have heard exactly anything about at all, period. It is from a franchise I have not watched, and a franchise, honestly, I don't know if I want to watch. We're going to Drag Race Italia.
Watch it. I'm just going to tell you right now, watch it.
Okay, then I will. But again, I've heard nothing about any of this, but it is Layla Yarn versus Amy Crania to Be Loved by Lizzo.
Oh yay! Oh
This
yay!
is really good.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Yeah, I don't agree with the winner, but
Okay, fair.
I think Amy did really well here. I was shook that she was the one who lost it. Because with the international ones, if I don't know who the winner is, like just visually, if I can't tell or it's not in the comments, I'll go and look up like their Instagram or their Twitter or whatever.
Sure.
And I was like, oh well, clearly the girl in yellow won. And then I was like, what? I mean, it was.
And it was a cinema runway too, so Amy is literally in a Kill Bill look.
Yeah.
I don't remember what Layla was wearing, Lana. If you remember, I don't remember what it was, but
yeah, this lip sync was really fun. It was really entertaining. Again, wrong person won in my opinion. But other than that, like it just was really good. It is the only Italia lip sync in my top 23. But I was very happy that I got to watch it.
I don't have any Italia lip syncs on my list, and it's kind of gaggy because some of them are really, really good. I'm so happy this made your list. Lana, I don't know if you have it, but I love this lip sync, and I'm thrilled someone gets to bring it up today. Makes me
no, I don't have any Italia on my list actually.
It's kind of gaggy because the lip syncs are not bad. They're not great, but they're not bad.
I did have one, and I took it off. I did.
Which one?
It was because it made me laugh. It was Cynthia Sapario.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you took it off.
It made me
I would have
laugh,
looked at. I would have given you the bombastic side eye if you had. Love you,
and Layla.
Lee. Shout out to Sissy Lee.
Yeah, Layla was doing the Greatest Showman outfit. That was.
Thank you. I was like, I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember it, but
yeah,
I love that. Oh, Brooke, that makes me so happy.
You're welcome.
Well, we already did Eve's 12, which was Kiona and Sarah, which means we're moving to Lana for number 12.
Okay, so my number 12. I'm going back to the U.S. Well, I'm going to the U.S. Okay. So I haven't been. I don't think I've been there this whole time, but I'm gonna be there now. And this is a heart pick. This is because I just love this person, and this is because I will forever stand Black Queens, and it is Lala Ree versus Georges About Damn Time by Lizzo. I enjoyed this lip sync. I thought it was a good lip sync for me. I enjoyed watching it, and I love Lala Ree. The experience is the experience, so I'm here for the experience. And yep, that was why. That's it.
You need the Lala Ree experience.
Oh my god! Wait, I need the Lala Ree experience and the girlfriend experience to go on tour together.
I would watch that.
It's called The Experience.
The Experience. Yes, I need it. Y'all can take that idea. Just give me some residuals. Thank you.
No, just let you work the booth.
I don't want to work.
Right, I'd work the booth.
DJ
I'll work it.
I didn't mean the merch.
I'll work the DJ booth. That's
I'd work the merch booth.
I'll work every booth.
I would want to watch them performing. That's the problem. I would want
one of them damn shirts. One of them shirts in every style would be stolen.
Absolutely.
That's your appearance fee, not getting paid, just the merch.
Exactly. I'm like, how all these large is missing? Mine.
Oh my god, what are all these we're missing one extra large in every single one of them? I don't know.
That's so crazy.
Oh my god.
Don't look at this duffel bag under my bed. Oh my god. Don't look there.
This is a great lip sync. It is a great display of Lala Ree and her lip syncing ability, and not a great display of Georges and her lip syncing ability. But nonetheless, they're both great entertainers.
Look, don't really care about Georges in this moment. It was all about Lala Ree for me.
I was gonna say, I love Georges. That's my baby sister, but this was the best lip sync for her. But it was really good for Lala.
Absolutely.
You want to watch a good Georges lip sync? Go tune into season 14.
Like go to Georges' season to see the good Georges lip sync.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. Oh yeah. Go to Georges' season to see the good Georges lip sync.
She's the reason the "Stop It, She's Already Dead" meme exists within the Drag Race fandom. It's her fault.
She's the reason why we have Lollapaloozas.
Okay. Period. Okay.
Like they've never had Lollapaloozas like they ever in a season until Georges' season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Logan, you're 12.
My 12. We're staying in the US, but we're switching franchises.
Okay.
So I think, I'm correct. This is the first of a couple of season 15 lip syncs. This is also more of a heart pick for me, and I do feel like this is a very underrated lip sync in a sea of amazing lip syncs from season 15. But I have to give it to two of my favorite entertainers doing an incredible song in front of an icon legend and the moment herself. So it is going to be Amethyst versus Selena Estides lip syncing to Queen by Janelle Monáe in front of Janelle Monáe.
I remember that.
The jealousy I have of not only these people getting to perform in front of Janelle Monáe, but just being in the presence of Janelle Monáe
Exactly.
is far too much.
This lip sync
Queen-
is so. Or go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say Queen is a song that back in the day I was very well known for doing. I famously ended up making a showcast at a bar here in the city off of doing that song. And I remember, like, for at least a week or two afterwards, all the other people on the showcast were like, I have that song on repeat, like, in my car because I can't stop thinking about your performance. So, like, I live for it because it was so hot back then, maybe 10, like 12-ish years ago, and then it just completely disappeared. So when it popped up down here as a lip sync song, I was like, oh, yes. I was like, this is something we need back. This is 100% something we need back. I feel like that era of Janelle, where it was like Electric Lady and Arcandroid and all of that, like, I'll still never ever forget that, what was her name? Milan. Back when they were showing people's Drag Race audition videos and stuff like that, she did Cold War by Janelle Monáe in her audition video. And looked just like Janelle, too. And I was like, ugh. I was like, this is the kind of drag we're going to start getting on Drag Race? All right. And, like, we didn't get that. And I was like, no. So, like, I like that lip sync. That lip sync was cute to me.
Shout out to friend of the pod, Milan. We love Milan.
Yes.
But yeah,
Bring
that lip
Malone
sync
back
is-
for All Stars.
Please. He never would. He never would. I can tell you he never would. But that lip sync is so good because it was Amethyst's third lip sync, and yet she's still giving an incredible performance. And this is the first time we were exposed to what I will call the Selena Estides experience.
That part.
Which is just
We'll be
stunts.
talking about her more later.
Great. I love to see it. Stunts, beauty, gorgeousness,
Personality.
personality.
Wazoo.
All of it. I love Selena. I love Amethyst. Go
Love
support
Selena.
Amethyst music. She has a single coming out. I think like it might already be out by the time. Yeah, go support Amethyst music and go see Selena if you can, because I can't right now. Anyway, Brooke, you're 11.
All right, so we are going back down to Drag Race Down Under. Once again, to discuss friend of the pod, Gabriella Labucci. This time versus Hollywood star to It's Not About You by Haiku Hands. One, I have never heard this song before, but it has been stuck in my head for the entire day. But second, this lip sync was iconic. This lip sync was everything. This lip sync was the moment. I don't care if it's not anybody else's list because I know it's not. But I enjoyed the hell out of it. And once again, shout outs to friend of the pod, Gabriella Labucci.
It's
I
a
think
good lip
it's kind of
sync.
sickening. I think it's kind of sickening the way that the list is panning out right now. That no one has picked. It doesn't look like, because we haven't had that many times where people have said certain people were in their top 5. So I'm going to be very interested to see where everyone's 6 through 9 placements are, or like what their 6 through 9.
I agree.
We all have the same 5 lip syncs.
I know for an absolute fact that most, if not all of us, have 3 of the same lip syncs coming up.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they might all be in our top 5s. So
If it's one of the ones I know for a fact that you're talking about is not in my top 5, but it just hasn't come up yet. So yeah, there you go.
I love Gabby. I love Holly. The lip sync is good. It didn't end up making my list, but the lip sync is good.
Mm-hmm.
So we already have Eve's 11, which is Amy and Nira, Fever Dreamer. We already have Lana's 11, which is Clover and Visa. So we go to me again. And my number 11, I'm making my only trip of the day down to Brazil for a beautiful, iconic double save between 2 beautiful, fabulous, amazing, incredible Black entertainers down there. Holding it down, it is Organza versus Shannon Scarlett, lip syncing to Festa by Yvette Sangalo.
I wish I could comment on these Brazil and the Brazil and the Mexico, the Germany and all that, but
You should have watched.
Well,
I
since you
did my
can't,
best. I did my
since you
best.
can't, I will. This was the absolute amazing lip sync, and it will be talked about. There we go.
Yay! That makes me so
Because
happy.
because this was absolutely positively so powerful and so
Yep.
good and so amazing. I would be remorse not to put this high on
I
my
was about,
list.
I was about to ask you before you said it, Lana. Are we talking about it later, or are you bringing it up now?
We bring it up
Because I knew it would be.
later.
I knew it would be on yours.
High.
I want to say, like, this lip sync is so good.
So good.
It happens in an episode where neither of these two really have, like, they lost a bit of their confidence a little bit, and then getting that confidence back in this lip sync, doing this lip sync together, and having their moments, and then having it be the only double save of the season is incredible to me. So I love both of these entertainers, truly. So, Brooke, we're back to you for your number 10.
Well, my number 10, Lana mentioned it a minute ago. Sometimes you just have those lip syncs that are just like the heart picks, the ones that make you happy. And I will say, out of every single lip sync that has occurred this year, this is probably the one I've rewatched the most. Last year, that was my number 1, but it's not this year. My number 10 is from All Stars 8, featuring the icon, the moment, the mother, or as some might call her, the experience, Lala Ree, versus the person whose fan club I am the president of, James Mansfield, To Rain on Me by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande. I had to get it in one more time before the end of the year. You know that.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. This is one of the
Yeah.
two I'm waiting for, and I'm mad we haven't seen the other one yet.
You'll talk about it. But this is just, I adore both of these two. You know that if you watched any of the All Stars 8 covers we did. And I'm so happy that not only did Lala Ree get her second win, which she deserved, I might add, but James Mansfield, after getting thrown out, in my opinion, too early on in season 9, I don't even think she should have. I think she beat Kimora in that lip sync, but that's not the time for that discussion. But getting so close to wins and being this close the entire season, going home before she gets that win and coming back and finally getting it was very satisfying for me as a huge fan of hers. And yeah, did Lala probably win this lip sync? Yeah. But I don't really care. I don't think it mattered too much in the grand scheme of things, and they both were fantastic.
Sure. I love Lala and I love James, so I support that.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. We got Eve's 10. So, Lana, we're back over to you.
I am also in the US for this one for the 10, but it's not All Stars. We're going to season 15. It's been talked about. It's been brought up by so many people. People talk about it. People like it. They love it. It was also nominated in our Cup Awards. If you are actually ready to see, it is Sasha Colby versus Anitra. I'm in love with the monster by Fifth Harmony. I kind of really love this one. I
I've
just
been
really
waiting on
like
it.
this. I mean, it was coming. You knew it was coming.
Yeah.
It had to come, and I'm very happy that I could say it because I really enjoyed this one very much.
We'll be talking about it again later.
It is my
Period.
number 8.
Period.
Just,
And it is
you know,
in my top 5.
Oh,
It's also my top
her.
5. Yep.
Period. Period.
it might just be me, but I actually think this might be the only lip sync that got an extended cut that I think the extended cut kind of made it a little bit worse. And no shade, because I think both of them are incredible. I think this lip sync is great either way, but the extended cut kind of makes it drag a smidge in the middle. It's nothing to do with them. It's just the song repeats the chorus again, and I don't know. I think the original cut is better to me for this one. It makes it feel more special. And I will have Sasha Colby twerking to 5, 6, 7, 8 in my head for the rest of my life. Yeah, but it's my number 8.
And Eve and I will be discussing this at a later time, which I love. Brooke, we're back over to you for your number 9.
All right, my number 9. You know, it's a lip sync that I don't think anyone is going to expect to be on anybody's list this year.
Oh, thank God.
No, it's not the one you think it is.
God damn it, Brooke.
It's from Drag Race Sverige. It is Antonina Nutshell versus Elektra to Emergency by Iconopop. I was having the most stupidly fun time watching this. Is it this like incredible showcase of like
I'm walking
flips,
away.
dips, spins, all this stuff? No, but it's just a fun time. Like, I'm not gonna turn down a good time while I'm watching a drag show, and I'm not gonna turn down a good time watching a lip sync. I was wildly entertained, and in that situation, this is what I'm looking for, is to be entertained. So I think it works for me.
Well, apparently it didn't work for Logan, and unfortunately, he walked away. I would love to move on because that would be great, but
Yeah. Well,
that would be great because
Oh no, I was
You're the
literally
only-
coming right back.
you're the only one that can type, and Brooke finished way before you were coming
Okay.
back, so it's fine. Eve,
so for my number 9, it's funny because this is a good lip sync. I think like I said, I once again just really loved this entertainer. So I was just drinking all of her Kool-Aid. I was very sad because she ended up leaving the competition after this lip sync. But this one is going to go for Miss Selena STDs. Her lip sync against Lux Noir London to "It's All Coming Back to Me Now" by Celine Dion. I thought Selena did a really good ass job, regardless of her going home. I just knew it was one of those things where she had just been the bottom so many times. It was her time.
She didn't go home to this one.
Wait, no, she did?
No, she didn't go home to this one.
What
Selena
happened?
won this one. Selena won.
This
Lux
was the
didn't go
Lolla.
home?
No, this was during the Lollapalooza, my darling
Palooza.
diva, Angel of Light.
Okay, that's it. No, the one that she went home was the other one. I know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah, no.
Uh-huh.
I love
The one
this
she
one.
went
I
home
love
was
Selena.
running up that hill with Lucy.
I love this. I love Selena. That's it.
Running up that road.
is that on anybody else's list?
We will be discussing it later.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I
Good
like
to
it.
know.
Lana, is it on your list?
No,
I figured I would
it
ask.
is not. I appreciate that. No, it's not.
Well, I
My
would love to
number
know your
9. Sure, we're going back to Mexico for my number 9, and it is the finale lip sync between Christian Regina Matraca and Gala, El Mimito by Amanda Miguel.
I'm not putting in the whole thing.
Whatever.
It would be too much to type in all the names.
I understand. It's fine. But yeah, that's
Just
it.
a top 4 Mexico.
It was good.
It literally says top 4 finale Mexico.
It was good. I enjoyed it. I got it. I felt it. It was one of those lip syncs that you might not know what they're saying, but if you know music and you just feel music, you felt what the music was saying, and it was like, it was so weird. Even when we were talking about it, Logan at first was like, I don't know what this meant. I didn't understand why it was so that why they were performing how they were performing and how they were so weird about it. And I was like, I don't know. I really felt like this is what it meant. Like somebody was whatever the desperation of the song. Come to find out, the people in the comments was like, that is exactly what that song was about. And I was like, oh. The way
Lana
that I just
felt. Lana had it on the fucking nose. Like it
as
was
usual.
Amazing. Yeah.
Oh no, not as usual at all. But in this moment, it just hit my soul, and so this is why it was number 9. It was just it just tugged at my whole heart.
And I will have the audience and Lana know that this lip sync did grow on me, and this was shortlisted for me because the lip sync is good. I still just find that there's a little bit too much going on for my liking, but I also don't like a top 4 lip sync. So that's just me personally.
Understood.
But we did my number 9, which was Mocha and Susan from Belgique, and we did Brooke's number 9, which was Sasha and Anitra.
Number 8.
Well, yes, Brooke's number 8. Thank you. Brooke's number 8, which was Sasha and Anitra round 1. So Eve, we're back over to you for number 8.
My number 8, is another Lux Noir London lip sync, but this one did end up sending home my girl, Miss Lucy LaDuca. But I had to do Lux versus Lucy for the Girls by Haley Kiyoko. Because get out of my mind when that one part came up and Lux ran in front of Lucy and just flipped that hair in her face and ran off. And Lucy's face was frozen. I was like, ugh.
It's good.
Also, I adore Haley Kiyoko. Just in
I
general,
was like,
adore Haley
I was like,
In
Kiyoko.
front
wow,
of Haley Kiyoko. In front of Haley Kiyoko.
I was like, she kind of wore you low, girl. She wore you low.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm also I put a heart on my head.
We love that for you.
I love it.
Thank you.
Lana.
My number 8 is I'm going to Germany, and it's the dearest Miss Tessa Testicle versus the only Naomi, because why not?
Yay.
It's so good. It was so good. I can't even be mad. And I love both Tessa and Naomi, so absolutely.
Does that mean all 4 of Tessa's lip syncs were on this list?
I can neither confirm nor deny whether Lana has the 4th Tessa lip sync or Eve has the 4th Tessa lip sync. I don't.
No.
So it means 3 of her 4.
I mean, still, those are iconic.
I don't have
right
any
there,
more
let's be
Tessa lip
honest.
sync, so
Yeah, so 3 of her 4 lip syncs made our lists. Which
I mean,
is
that's icon behavior right there.
I'm telling you, go watch all. And the 4th lip sync we didn't talk about, which was About Damn Time by Lizzo, is still a good lip sync.
Yeah.
So, I'm so happy there's so much Testicle on this list. That makes me happy. But we did my number 8, which was Kiona and Sarah. We did Brooke's number 7. I could do numbers this time.
Yep. Period.
Which was Jimbo Jasmine, which means Eve. We are back to you for number 7.
So my number 7, we're actually going to be leaving the U.S. It's been in the U.S. for a long ass time with me. We're hopping back to the Philippines because I am going to make sure that we put some respect on my girl, and we are going to have all of her lip syncs on this list, baby. So my number 7 has to be Miss Jade So against Arizona Brandy doing Who Is She? Because, baby,
Who
we
is
still
she?
to this day ain't never seen nobody pull their contacts out of their eyes and eat them.
Wait, what?
After
Did I
that,
miss that? Did I miss
yes.
Yes, and
Part
what
where
we
he goes
continue,
like-
what we continue to tell you, Brooke, is international franchises are better than the English-speaking ones.
I'm
There's
not
a-
saying they're not. I'm just
There-
saying I watched this lip sync last night. Did I miss that?
Yep.
Yes. It's the part where he goes, it's the part where she goes like, she got the look in their eyes or something like that. Because Arizona's on the floor and she pulls her contact out, wearing gloves, pulls her contact out of her eyes and then just eats them. And we're
eats
like,
them.
what? Like,
I'll rewatch it after this. I need to see that.
Great.
ooh.
So
I
good.
stand her so hard. I stand her
I was gonna
so
say,
hard. My
is
Aries
that gonna-
sister.
Is that going to be 8 lip syncs from Philippines on this list?
Oh, it's gonna be 9.
There's going to be more.
Oh
I'm
no,
like,
I'm
I know I
counting.
got
I'm
another
counting
one.
the one that we all haven't mentioned yet. Don't worry. I'm
So
counting
there might
that.
be 10. Then it
No,
could
got
even go
one
to
left.
10. Let's be honest.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna screenshot every lip sync from Philippines and just like the ones I don't need to use. It's like, okay, that's fine. So we did Lana's 7, which was Come Through, Amy and Nira. So I get to say one of mine, which I'm very excited about. And we are headed back to La Mas Draga. Lana, you already know where I'm going with this. You already know where I'm going with this. I'm mad it wasn't higher on my list, but I gotta be objective here. So my number 7 lip sync is going to be Catriona versus La Kylie's lip syncing to Slow Mo by Chanel.
You can just put that on my number 6.
I figured it was up there.
You can just put that on my number 6.
I'm
'Cause
surprised I have it lower than you.
I'm surprised you have it lower than me too, because that was absolutely fantasticals. That was fantasticals. It was so. I think if you want to watch any lip sync from Lamont, that is the one.
Yeah.
Period. Bottom line, that is the one.
Yeah.
It's some good ones, but yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's the one. Period. It's so good. And
And
it was so good.
it's such an interesting dynamic too, because this is semifinals. 2 people are going home.
Yep.
We'd seen Katrina lip sync once, and obviously Stunt Queen the house down. We'd seen Kylie's lip sync like 4 times at this point, and I love me some like Kylie, so let me make that very clear to the Lamaze fans. But none of her lip syncs up until this point were very memorable.
Nope.
And it was almost as if all of a sudden she became this new entertainer that I had never seen before.
Yep.
And she was whipping her hair, she was twerking, she was doing stunts, she was matching Catriona's energy, which if you watch Lamaze, you watch Catriona, it's very difficult to do. And I think both of the Catriona lip syncs that at least I had on my list, I think the person against them really matched their energy. And this was so good. And then on top of that, it being slow-mo by Chanel. Ugh.
Oh wait, you didn't put one of mine on there that I know you said or somebody said. Didn't you say Matraka and Regina?
Yes, it's in your top 5, isn't it?
Oh, that's why I forgot we're at 5, aren't we? Jesus,
we are
we're almost there.
We are about to be.
Jesus, we are there. Okay.
Yes,
we really said Speed Racer for the last.
We said Speed Racer, and that's what we're doing. And that's why I always know that like the first part of the video is always going to trudge because it's always going to be a bunch of different options from everybody. And then once we start getting into the lip syncs that I know we all have on the list, it's just going to go faster.
Yep.
Cool beans. We move. All right, good.
Yes. I love Catriona. I love Kylie's. I love this lip sync. Lana makes me so happy it's on your list too. So,
period.
Brooke, your final entry before your top 5. What is it?
All right, going to Canada for a lip sync that happened. Once again, we are going back to last week for Aurora Matrix versus Near Enough to Black Velvet by 11 miles. Again, Logan, can you just hit me with a duh real quick?
Duh.
Exactly.
And I will go ahead and say right now, I don't need to talk about my number 6 because this is also my number 6.
It works. Again, people are saying, okay, it's not quite Jujubee. I don't care. I don't care.
It's not drunk Jujubee on the floor, but it's pretty damn close.
It's pretty damn close. And I think, honestly, I like this lip sync more than that one because I think they both did a really good job. Whereas in the original, no disrespect to the dead, Sahara didn't exactly match the vibe of the song. So I really think this one, as a combined package, I think this one's more entertaining. Also, I just love Near Enough, and I am liking Aurora as I watch Canada. So
Lana, if you don't go watch any lip sync, well, you watched this lip sync. I know you did because I watched you watch this lip sync.
I was about to say, I'm like, watch this last episode of Canada because girl.
These girls know how to lip sync.
It was just on high cylinders when it came to like the bitches that were turning it. Like they.
Are we talking about this later, Eve?
Yeah, we're talking about this later. It was in my time.
We're talking about it later for me too.
We're talking about this later.
Yeah, absolutely.
So my number 6 will possibly be talked about later by you guys. Because it hasn't been mentioned at all yet and it is one of the other, and I don't know if y'all have the last one on there, but one of the other defining lip syncs by Miss Anitra on there. But I had to have Anitra versus Marsha to Boss Bitch by Doja Cat.
It
will be talked about it very shortly.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have the other one on there, but that one, I had to put her on there.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
I had to put her on there because also because of the fact that it was one of those things that kind of solidified that I wanted to see Marsha for an All-Star season. I was like, Definitely. She's good in the challenges. She's good in the like theatrical performance type. You know what I mean, like acting and the improv type stuff. I thought her fashion was fine. I didn't have that big of an issue with her makeup. I thought that she still gave good concepts on the runway, and we're trying to give real strong concepts on the runway. And then seeing how good of a lip syncer she is, I'm like, yeah, you bring her back, I can see her easily being a finalist for whatever, you know? So I live for it.
Her. And with that, we have made it to our top 5. Now, I know a lot of our mentions are going to be similar. We don't all have to talk about it at the same time because I want each one of us to get a brief moment with each of our top 5. So with that being said, Brooke, you're number
5. Literally just copy paste Eve's number 6. It's Anitra versus Marsha to Boss Bitch by Doja Cat. This should have been a double save. I don't care if they didn't have time in the budget or whatever. And
it should have been double save.
It should have been a double save. Honestly, if I was going to pick a winner, I would have picked Marcia. But
Yeah,
I think
I would pick
it's a
Marcia
controversial
too.
take. It's a controversial take, but in my opinion, just my opinion. But regardless, incredible moment after incredible moment. So many things. Like I could probably book chapter verse you this lip sync if I really had to.
I probably could
but
too.
yeah. Like I said, James and Lala is the one I've watched the most this year. This is the one I've watched the second most. I've watched it hundreds of times, I feel like. Yeah, but like I don't want to take more time. I know it's going to be talked about 2 more times in just a minute, so I'm gonna let y'all do your thing.
At least one. I don't know about Lana because I don't know Lana's list, but
I got it. Lana has it on her list. She has it.
yeah, Lana has it on her list. Okay, great. Eve, you're number 5.
So my number 5 is the first one that was mentioned. That one of the first ones that was mentioned that happened to end up being right at my number 5. It is Robin Fierce versus not Fierce. What's her name?
Robin Fierce. Yeah.
Fierce. Robin Fierce. It's funny because I know a Robin Banks Fierce in Chicago, and that threw me off. Robin Fierce versus Jax to In Your Room. I think Robin in that lip sync is just entrancing. Just something about her. Her movements were so fluid. Like even at the end where it's like in your room, and she's just sitting there with her hands like about her face. I was like, oh, I was like, you are taking me there. Like, what the fuck? Like,
if she was up against literally anyone other than
anybody,
I think she wins.
And even then, I could have seen an argument if they wanted to keep Robin where Robin stayed over Jax too. Yeah, that too.
Like her even just her running and doing the cartwheel was just so clean because it was just like she did a good amount of tricks that we've seen other girls do, but it had this level of like elegance to every single thing she did that it just looked pretty. And I was like,
oh, so you want to talk about my mother, Robin Fierce? Great. And yeah, I don't have her on my list, and I'm mad about it. But
I was about to say, speaking of mothers, she wears the heart name well.
She sure fucking does.
I was like, all of her family. I was like, actually, all of her siblings are all kind of like, I won't say the same performance wise, but I feel like they give that style. Like I feel like her and Lux and Black Pepper all kind of have that.
Yeah.
That I don't know. This just black, elegant, like regalness to them.
That's what I would call it. Is this like black elegance and excellence, but black elegance? I completely agree with you.
Very that.
My number 5 is Matraka and Regina El Bombón. I love that. I love that one. That's my number 5. It was good. It's been talked about. It's great. So
that makes me so happy, Lana. That makes me so happy because you know how much I love that lip sync when we talked about it.
I love it.
My number 5, I would be remiss to not have one of my absolute favorite lip syncs of the year here, and of course, it's my number 5. It is Clover Beach and Visa doing Dime by Beth. This lip sync is dynamic. Eve, you talked about it earlier. This shifted the entire energy of España season 3 into the second half of the season, and the entire season felt different. And it's such a dynamic performance. This could have been a double save if they didn't want to get rid of Visa. But they had it with Visa. They did not want Visa there anymore. For what reason? I still don't know. They didn't want Clover there either, but they kept her around long enough to make her lip sync a few times, and then they sent her home. 2 of my favorites. They're literally going on tour, and the tour is called the Dime Tour, which I'm praying. There's, I think, 5 or 6 stops in the U.S., and I'm praying to God one of them is somewhere near me.
That's
praying awesome. One of them is near me. Or if it's in Chicago, Eve, I'm coming to visit. Brooke, number 4.
All right, it is finally time.
I mean, Visa has been here.
I know.
All right, it is finally time to talk about the lip sync. I know Logan has been waiting for me to bring out this entire video. So,
thank God.
As I have mentioned many times today, storyline impacts my enjoyment of a lip sync to a profound degree, right? So watching JK throw Jarvis Hammer out of Dragula season 5 to Worldwide Torture by Jasmine Bean. Was Jarvis absolute dog in this performance? Yes. Did JK eat down? Yes. So to me, we talked about it last year. I am of the opinion that it doesn't always have to be even. If it is satisfying to me to watch a slaughter, I will be thoroughly entertained. Third most watched lip sync of the year, and that's only because it's only been about a month. I've watched it more in the last month than I did either of the other two. And the flipping off of the entire cast at the end, yeah, JK did what I wanted to do for her. So
Perfect. I lived for when he did that.
Work.
And they all
Literally.
the next day were all butthurt about it. I was like, bitch, I don't care. I'll do it now. Like what?
Yeah.
Right.
The next
And you
episode,
deserve.
JK says, and I quote, "If you are offended about getting flipped off, maybe you're not that
You're
much
not
of
a real monster. Yeah,
Exactly. So work Diva, work JK, work your way back to Titans. You'll win. I know you will.
Yeah.
Like, done.
I do honestly feel like that a good amount. I do feel like that the Boulets take into consideration fan reception of a monster after the show airs. Because to be completely honest with you, I feel like that the biggest person that's ever happened to has been Coco Kane. Because I very much feel like that after Coco's original season, the Boulets were kind of done with her. But Coco blew the hell up out of nowhere during her season, to the point where everybody wanted to see her more for the reunion and stuff than they did even like the finalists. Like,
well, it happened to Erica Clash too. That's why Erica came back for Titans too. So like, if it is purely based off of fan reception and fan want and fan need, we'll see JK in a few years for Titans.
Yeah. I'm like, I live for what they're doing now with the season where they have Coco popping in doing like little fright feats and stuff. I'm like, you can have JK do that next season. Like
that part.
Yeah.
Well, if Coco is the ex or sister, what would Jay be? The ex or not brother?
Mister.
Ex or Mister. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Eve, you're number 4.
My number 4 is the Anitra lip sync that we talked about before we talked about my Anitra lip sync. It is Anitra versus Sasha in Love with a Monster.
Before you buy me your rose.
It was very much my favorite part of the entire lip sync. It's the last 20 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
1,
8.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and Alicia just bit back. Yeah. Thank you. Good night. Boom. And just hit like that. That last 20 seconds was everything to me.
I agree.
I didn't mention it earlier when I talked about it, but that dip, for whatever reason, anytime somebody does a dip with their leg up, it just hits harder to me. I love it more. Yeah. So I love that.
I feel that.
Oh, we'll be talking.
Oh, sorry.
What were you saying, Eve? You have something?
No.
Okay. Well, my number 4 is the most recent, and it is Nira and Aurora Black Velvet. I watched it today, and it made the list because it was that good.
I'm here for it.
We were like before the video started, we were like, Lana, watch this.
Lana, we'll make your list.
And I watched it, and I was like,
No, it's
what
like,
go ahead. No, go ahead, Brooke. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, Lana didn't realize we needed to do the 2 honorable mentions, so Lana was like, I need to get 2 more lip syncs very quick. And we're like, Lana.
Not them calling out Lana.
No, it's not like it was anything bad. It's happened before. Esme didn't have honorable mentions last year. So, like, sometimes things just get lost in translation in communication. You know, it's not like we're next door to each other.
Yeah, but I didn't watch this past week's of Candace because it was the holidays. I've been busy, but when everybody was like, "You should watch this," I watched it and I was like, "Now where is this going to go on my list?" Because this is actually really, really good, and it landed at 4 because it was really, really good. I knew Nira was amazing in her lip sync. She could perform. We saw Aurora how great she was in performing. So I wasn't surprised that either of them were going to do. When you put them together, I was like, but then what it was the song. It was the song. You put these 2 great performers who go give you stunt tricks, and you give them the slow down song where they have to do something. They have to change their whole outlook on how they perform. It was amazing. It was so good. I enjoyed it. And I will be watching it probably 3, 4, 5 more times tonight because it was really good. So that's why I made 4.
Deserved.
Yeah.
My number 4, this is my second time matching someone on placement today because Eve, my number 4 is also Anitra versus Sasha. I'm in love with the monster.
I'm in love.
It's just the whole thing, hearing Sasha's confessional during it, being like, I am known for my hair whips, and then putting on a hair whipping masterclass. And then you have Anitra doing what Anitra does in such a beautiful and perfect way up against each other because nobody else wanted to go up against either of them. It's going to make for an incredible lip sync, and it sure did. So, thrilled. Mm-hmm. Thrilled. Brooke.
All right, my number 3 lip sync is my highest rated lip sync from Drag Race US this year. It is Mother's Lux Noir London versus Selena S. Titties to It's All Coming Back to Me Now by Celine Dion. So I actually kind of forgot that this lip sync happened. Not gonna lie. Now, hold on, let me explain why. Okay, it has been almost a year since Drag Race US. Okay, it has been a hot minute. And I needed to get a bit of a refresher. So I rewatched these lip syncs. And in the moment, because I forgot about how good the extended cut of this lip sync is too, I watched the extended cut. And I'm like, oh my God, she's taking it. Oh, she's taking it. For a brief moment of time, this was my number 1. And then I watched 2 more franchises and it got pushed down. Actually, when we started filming, it was number 2, but I moved it around a second ago. But yeah. It's incredible. Selena 8 down. And the crazy part about this to me is a few years ago, we got to saw the Canada people do this, right? And that's also an incredible lip sync. And they do it as this like soft power ballad. And Selena just turned it and made it the campiest thing you have ever seen.
Yeah, that was the best part.
Like, it was so great. I really enjoyed it. And Selena S. Titty for All Stars?
Please.
Yeah. Her.
S. Titties.
S. Titties. S. Titties. Not your titties.
Your titties.
I love at DragCon this year, I didn't get to go to Selena's booth because I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. But I did yell at her as DragCon was ending. I was like, love you, Selena. And she looks up. We make eye contact and she's like, love you too, Poppy. And I was like, oh, okay. Hi. Mm-hmm. Yes. Hello. Thank you.
I'll be back in DragCon next year. Come on.
You kept your eye out for Selena.
STDs.
Dawn actually talked to Selena on Grindr. That's a fun story. That doesn't go anywhere, but it doesn't go a damn place. But whatever. Eve, you're number 3.
My number 3. I'm kind of surprised that this hasn't been talked about yet, but I'm sorry. It was so iconic in how good the performance were, how strong everybody was, and the amount of delusion encompassed in this drag queen's full being, baby. My number 3 has to be Aurora Matrix versus Melinda Verga doing Peaches. Yes! I'm sorry. That was the
Queen Melinda made the list.
Woo! That was so good. Oh my God! Like,
I was not ready for that.
I was not prepared for that. Oh wow!
The start of Aurora doing the air guitar with her leg, going into Melinda, whipping this hair around like it's attached to her scalp, knowing it's not. She does the Sasha Colby hair tease on a synthetic wig, girl. And then at the end, the whole song ends and stops. And Melinda's like, no, the song's not over. She jumps into this crunchy ass dip. And everybody's like, oh my God. Like, she looked like she died. And then the camera went back to her and she's looking at the camera laying down like this. And when she did the dip, her whole body laid flat. But then when the camera went back to her, she had one leg like this in the air. It was like...
Lana, watch the slay off soon. That's all I'm gonna say.
It was the funniest, campiest lip sync. Like,
oh, God.
The delusion.
The delusion.
It was so good and bad and good. Like, it was
bad and good
and bad.
It's like Melinda was bad enough to be good and then good enough to be okay. So I still would have tipped her, but that lip sync was crazy. Woo! I will never get over that. I'm sorry. Her doing that jump, crunchy dip at the end was. They just went to the judges and like, what's her name?
Tracy.
What's the name of the judge? The girl judge?
Tracy
screamed the loudest. Tracy was like, ah! Like they thought that girl died for real. I was like, oh, y'all need to call 911.
It was giving Starlet. I'm not gonna lie.
It was given. Does she need to breathe into the paper bag? Is she okay? Like, and she was staring off, not blinking. I was like, oh, that girl's neurons are fried. I don't know what's happening, but like, it was insane. It was amazing.
Oh boy, Lana.
My number 3 has been mentioned, but I forgot about it, but then it was mentioned and I remembered, so I added it to my list at the last minute, and it made it to number 3. And it's Cookie Cunty versus Vespi with Tout.
2.
From 2. Tout to my American version says Tout, but the French says 2. But yeah, it was so good. It made me cry. That's all that needs to be said.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say, I was just gonna be like, I'm really gonna be surprised just to see who everyone's top 2 is.
I know we all have one of the same top 2. That's the thing.
That's why I'm wondering where it is, because I'm like,
where do we all have it? I don't know. I was gonna say I did my job today. I reminded Lana of some iconic lip syncs, so I've done my job properly.
Do we all have the same lip sync in the top 2? I don't know. We'll see.
If you don't, Brooke, I'm gonna yell at you.
I'm pretty sure we all do. I just wonder if we all have it as number 1. That's what I'm wondering.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
My number 3 is going to be Anitra and Marcia Boss Bitch.
Work.
For just the replayability of the lip sync, the Free Willy moment, the fact that no one thought Marcia would keep up with Anitra in this lip sync, and yet it could be argued Marcia deserved to stay over Anitra, but they weren't going to do that because I didn't care about Marcia at that point in the competition, but whatever.
Yeah.
Both of these entertainers deserve a spot on a future season of something, whether it's All Stars versus the World, Global All Stars, something. I want to see both of these entertainers back. I want to see them both back on my TV screen. So that's that. Brooke.
All right. So I know you all have been alluding to another lip sync from Philippines. I do have another lip sync from Philippines. It is my number 2. However, based off of the way you all are talking, I do not think it is the lip sync you all have.
Wait, what'd you say?
So, from Drag Race Philippines 2, it is Hannah Beshi versus Astrid Mercury to Unleash the Diva by 4th Impact.
Not one damn one of us is gonna have that on our top 2.
I don't care. Do not care. Do not care even a damn bit. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't again, it's my favorites. I really enjoyed this. I didn't know anything about anything on the season at all, and I was scrolling through. The first lip sync was kind of okay. I didn't really like the song that much.
We love Nicole Pardo. Don't disrespect Nicole Pardo.
Yeah, we do love
despite the fact that her lip sync is one of, I think, 2 that we haven't mentioned.
Yeah. And I'm guessing we're about to mention the other one in a minute. But for me, it was just really entertaining, and I loved the vibe of the song, and I think it really flowed really well. And it's probably gonna end up on my Spotify in the next 2 days. I just really enjoyed it's a great song. The entire lip sync was iconic. I was living for it every moment. And the only reason I think it wasn't a double save was because it was one of the premieres. Honestly, I think it was that good. Am I in the minority and no one else has it on their list? Absolutely. But I don't really care too much. Is
it still a good lip sync though? Yes. I will say that. I'm gagged it's on your list. I'm happy it is because I do love Hanabeshi and I do love Astrid. That is not the Philippines lip sync that the 3 of us are discussing.
I know.
So
I hope you didn't. I really hope you didn't think this. I really hope you didn't sit here for 2 hours and 30 minutes and thought we all would have had that damn Honda Beshi.
No.
Up in the top
Thank
10.
God. Okay, good.
No, I literally in my head I was like, they all keep saying, "Oh, we all have this Philippines lip sync in their top 5." I'm like, I have one, but I don't think it's the one they have.
I hope it was in the back of your mind. Being
Wow.
like, wow, they really like that one, didn't they?
Last year, I thought the same thing about Lolita Banana and Big Bertha last year was that everyone was talking about a France lip sync, and I'm like, obviously that was my favorite.
That was my number one.
Like, yeah, that was your number one, but in the moment, because nobody mentioned it at all until top 5, right? I was like, am I gonna be the only one to bring this up?
No, because it's top 5.
But like, I mean, sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't.
So don't you worry, because you're probably about to get 3 masterclasses on why the other Philippines lip sync is a phenomenal lip sync. But Eve, with that being said, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is one that has already been mentioned, but it is Near Enough versus Aura Matrix, Black Velvet.
Yep. Per.
But yeah, no, I lived for it because I just thought it was like a masterclass in just stage presence. Like they were just very aware of their bodies. They were very aware of the shape, like the angles they were making, the shapes they were making, the way they were facing the judges, and the little eye, like wink, wink, nudge, nudge, nuance kind of things. And I feel like when it comes to slower numbers and stuff like that, capitalizing on those little nuance moments and stuff are the parts that make the performance not boring. But yeah, I think they both did an amazing job.
Phenomenal. Lana?
So my number 2 has also been mentioned. And it would have done. I just had to mention it. This was powerful. This was amazing. This was everything. It is Organza and Shannon Scarlett from Brazil.
Yay!
It would not. Me not putting it this high on the list, and I was going back and forth between 2 and 1, honestly, because
I understand.
it was just that good. But I'm gonna leave it at where I got it. But this was so good. It was so powerful. It was so amazing. It just all my top 3 are just songs that just touch my whole heart and soul.
Yep.
And this just touched my whole heart and soul.
I would agree with that. I mean, my number Anitra Marsha, for just the sheer gag factor, hit my heart, but both of my top 2 are from the same franchise. Shocker. They're both from Philippines. My number 2 has already been mentioned, which means 3 of us have the same number 1, and it's deserved. And I'm not surprised in the slightest. This, going into making my list for this video, I thought this lip sync would be my number 1. And I rewatched them both, and I had to put this one at number 2. But this lip sync made me cry. It has made me cry every single time since I've watched it. And it's Miss Jade Soap versus Matilda. Gusto con ang bonito. Just, oh my God. The way that Matilda is fully just sobbing on the ground for about half of this lip sync, and still hitting every single beat and still hitting every single lyric of the song. And everything Jade was doing, dressed as him from Powerpuff Girls, but doing this beautiful, dramatic, just, if I could have 2 number 1s, it would be this and the other one that we will talk about shortly. But this lip sync just hit me on such a different level, and it has every time I've watched it since, and it's so powerful. Pun intended. So, Brooke, since you're the only one that doesn't have this as your number 1, that doesn't have the same number 1, I am curious, what is your number 1?
Well, can I at least get a bit of a drum roll here? So, actually, no, I'm gonna take you back. Okay, so
not if it's gonna be some damn Darian Lake shit or something.
Darian Lake did not lip sync this thing, for one.
Neither did Miss Kasha Davis, so it's fine.
Actually, but no,
okay.
I should mention both of them because it's from All Stars 8. So I remember when I heard about the cast for All Stars 8, okay, and I was very excited.
This better be going in the direction I think it is, Brooke. Sorry.
Four of my favorite queens in the history of Drag Race were coming back on the same season. Darian Lake, Kasha Davis, Heidi N. Closet, and James Mansfield. Okay. And, I was stoked. And then some other ones that I was really excited to see. And then there were people like Jimbo, who I wasn't really thrilled about, but I was at least curious to see where things would go. And when the premiere happened, okay, there was a moment in time where I was watching this premiere. I'm like, oh, Kahana's kind of eating this. Okay, lit. I'm happy for her. I really hope she's going to have a good season. Honestly, obviously, didn't end up panning out. But in that moment, when Aja Miyake Mugler walks out from behind that sugar wall, and and faces off against Kahana Montrese to Freakum Dressed by Beyonce, I got my entire life. Okay. If you'd watched our Fantasy Drag Race bracket video that we did earlier in the year, I had picked this song as one of the songs on that list. So I was thrilled when this got done. I think these are two of the best choices that could, honestly, the two best choices on this season out of anybody, assassin or contestant, that could have performed this, aside of maybe Heidi. I think that would be the only other person I'd maybe love to see as well. And I honestly think that it's perfection. Like, coming into this, I honestly thought that my number one was going to be Anitra and Marsha. And if you look at where everything's been bumped down, like, I honestly think this lip sync is just incredible. It is also just, we mentioned it earlier, but the spin it all around and take it to the ground of it all. Like, bring Asha back immediately.
That spin was so nasty.
Bring Asha back immediately.
We need her.
Yes. 007, kill him again.
That makes me so happy. I didn't know what your number one. I couldn't figure out what your number one was. That makes me so happy. Oh, yay. Okay, good. Well, Eve, do you want to be the first to bring up our joint number one?
Yes. My number one is one of the most amazing moments of drag that I've ever seen on RuPaul's Drag Race or any franchise. I have never in my life cried harder from this lip sync. It was powerful. It was amazing. It was strong, baby. It's gotta be Bernie versus Cat doing the power, honey. Cause baby, they had the power. Especially Miss Bernie. Miss Bernie had the power. Like,
oh, so you want to talk about Mugther?
Like the final shot of her just hitting that, like ripping that thing off and then hitting the knees and just going up, and I was like, oh, like, I was ugly, crying, snot out my nose, everything when I thought she was finna go home. I was like, I can't believe this at all. No. I was like, the way I'm not watching another damn episode of this season ever again if this shit happens. Like, and she stayed, and I'm literally like on the ground, like, oh, she's still here. Like, yeah, it's so funny because like when it came to the Meet the Queens and everything for Bernie, I was one of the main people that was very oblivious to Bernie's star power, and I was asleep. I was asleep. Hello, Bernie, child, comatose. I promise you, I was not. Baby, I had sprayed some lavender on the pillow sheets, honey. I had turned that air conditioner down to 60. I got the good duvet comforter, honey, and I was balled up asleep. I was like,
you get that duvet.
Not at all, not at all. And every single episode to the finale, I fell more and more and more and more in love with her. And it just... like we've been, like, I think we've said before, we were talking about like our favorite queens out of like all the seasons like of the year and stuff like that, like who our favorite queens are out of all of like the franchises and stuff. Like Bernie's in my top 3 like favorite queens out of all of the franchises. For me it's Bernie, Kiona, and Danny. That's my top 3.
Oh, a fabulous list. Oh
yeah, but Bernie's I've been seeing her a lot more on social media and stuff like that too, and a lot more active with doing gigs and stuff like that afterwards. I'm like, please tell me we're going to see her on some other kind of season of something. Like, I want to see her again.
she got, I think, one of the first of her eye surgeries, so she's finally back, like, doing more things.
Yeah. I'm like, babe.
Yeah.
I need to see you in some Philippines versus the world or something. Shit. Like, Jesus.
Absolutely.
Mother!
All right, Mother. All right, Lana, here's your court-appointed segment to talk about Bernie versus Cat Cat.
That's not my number one.
Ah, what?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You know that's my number.
Lana,
you know that's
I don't get angry at you very often, Lana, but
you know that's my number one. You
okay, good.
I'm about to say you. Come on. Out of all, I'm about to say yes, absolutely all of that.
Obviously, hello.
I'm about to say hello. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking about? Me and Bernie? Come on now. Like Cat Cat was there, great, good performance from Cat Cat. But this is about Bernie. This is about Bernie for me.
Really
Everything in that moment was Bernie. It was so. What is the tapping? Oh, that's Brooke. Okay, I'm like, what is that? I'm sorry, it was throwing me off. I was like, what is happening here? But yeah, it was that moment. I was right there with you, Eve. I was crying. I was sobbing. I was bawling. I was like, this is so good. It's so good.
I was so glad because didn't I watch it before all of you guys did?
Yes, because you were like, you need to watch it. And I was like, I'm gonna watch it, but I usually like try to watch stuff.
You need to watch it.
Like I was like, I'm gonna watch it right before we record, so it'll be fresh in my mind. That's how I used to do
this. He was
like,
cried ever watching
like,
the drag show.
What is happening here? Eve made us go watch it earlier than I wanted to, but Eve made me watch it, and I was watching, and I was like, oh. I think this was the first time since I started watching Drag Race that I had a visceral reaction to a lip sync. Like some lip syncs are like, oh, that's so good. Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is good. No, this one I literally was, well, maybe two. Two was the first one. This one had me sobbing. Like 2, I was crying. I was like, oh, this is so sweet. Oh my God, it's touching. This one, I felt it in my whole spirit and my soul.
I was like, this can't be how this ends. I was like, this.
No, exactly. I was like, she can't walk away like this with this performance. It can't happen because they tried to do the whole trickery thing and saying that Cat Cat was saved and Bernie was standing there looking like it's my time, and I'm like, no, it's not your time.
And then her confessional being like, my goal coming into this was top 4. And then when I got to top 4, my goal was the crown. And just like you have that. And then Pow says that Bernie is saved. Like, I'm trying not to cry right now, which is why I haven't said anything yet. But it's just like oh my God.
Yeah. Like, it was so dang good. It was, it's still like, I will be watching that again just because I want to cry. But this was so, it was everything. Bernie is Mother. She is everything. She is amazing. I will always. You say your top 3 was Kiona, Bernie, and Danny. My top 3 is Bernie, Kiona, and Rita. Like that's where it is for me. That's where it is for me, and that's how strongly I feel about Bernie. She is everything. I meet Bernie, I swear to God, I'll probably be fangirling so hard. I probably wouldn't be able to talk to her. I just wouldn't be able to talk to her.
You'll just cry.
I just wouldn't be able to do it.
Oh, I'm fully prepared at DragCon for you to just be sobbing and me just like comforting you while meeting Bernie. Like I've already.
If I meet Bernie, I wouldn't be able to say a word.
I don't think you would. Genuine, and she just always seemed that way throughout the entire competition. Just all of her confessionals and all her little side steps and stuff like that. She was never shady. She was never talking shit about other people. Hell, there were certain times when she stood up and be like, well, I know this person is better than me at this, so I'm just gonna. She never outwardly pointed negativity to anyone throughout the entirety of that competition. Period. If in any way, shape, or fashion someone else did something that she didn't like or whatever, this, that, and the other, she always reflected back to, well, everyone, she gave everyone grace.
Yeah.
as including herself. You know what I mean? And I feel like that was the main reason so much too why I feel like we were all had that strong reaction to that lip sync, is because we honestly didn't want, like, she just seemed like one of those good, genuine people that we're like, we know good things don't, like, bad things can happen to good people sometimes, but don't let something bad happen to this one. You know what I mean? Like,
not to her.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the reason I didn't connect with it the way that you three did, is because I haven't watched Philippines.
That's fair.
Now,
we
again,
just,
that's completely.
it was
on my short list. I think it was like 30 or 31 on my short list. I just didn't connect with it because I don't know any of the context. All I get to see is the performance, and good performance, solid performance, fundamentally, right?
Now who I will
There's just
say
nothing for me to immediately grab onto, you know.
Now who I will say is not as strong as her in like the look and performance department, but someone who gave a lot of that energy, who's been on Drag Race this year, was Kitten Caboodle.
Yes. Oh my God, I agree.
I was like, I felt Kitten was the same way. She was an older queen. You know what I mean? She was very set in her ways about what she did, but she never pointed any negativity to anybody else. She just wanted to show up and do the best that she could. And you know what I mean? And like, that's one reason too why, like, little mini spoiler, we were all jarred with what happened with Kitten, because I was kind of like, whoa, I didn't know. Wait a minute. Like, it's one of those things where I hate it, because Drag Race for me has become so superficial in certain ways, where certain girls are the TikTok girls, or certain girls got on because they know this person or whatever. And then sometimes you lose the meaning of drag, and you lose these entertainers that have been performing for 30 and 40 and 50 and 60 something years, from like the 60s and 70s and 80s and drag and stuff like that know the fundamentals of drag, and just the energy that comes with community and sisterhood and outreach and doing things for the community and doing things for other queer people and stuff like that. It's like you lose a lot of that with a lot of newer drag queens just wanting to be the prettiest thing that can do kicks and splits and shit. So like, that's why I love it when you get girls like Melinda Verga and Kitten Caboodle and Bernie and these tenured girls that have been doing drag for 30 something plus years, that still have a refinement and a class to themselves, but can teach the new shit they can teach the new girl stuff. Like, we're missing so much of that. Like, that's why I hate it. That's why Bernie's so high on my stand list, because I'm like, girl, you're mother for real. Like I said, I wouldn't go to half of any other girls that have been on Drag Race and be like, would you be my drag mom? But with Bernie, I would do that in a second. Because I'd be like, you have all the qualities of a good person and as a good entertainer, both of those. And I feel like that a lot of drag queens, a lot of these newer girls can be good entertainers, but they're shitty people, or they have really crappy ways of treating people or objectifying other people, or this, that, and the other. Every other season of Drag Race, we're coming out with some new girl that's got some assault case against her, or is found out to be some kind of person that's taking advantage of people or whatever, because of their stature or who they are in the drag community. And it's so sad to see that. Like, drag has become this thing over the past 10 years that it's shown so many people that their differences make them better. You know what I mean? And it helps people embrace their individuality. And now you've got these queer people that people are looking up to as like icons, and people that helped me. Like, people are looking up to like Jeffree Stars and Sharon Needles and like all these alt entertainers that they're thinking, you're a different weirdo like me. It helps me feel more secure in myself. You're a good person. Then we come to find out, no, they're all rapists and racists and sexual assault offenders and all this other kind of stuff. It's like, damn, like, you can't, like, where are the good people? You know what I mean? Like, where are the people that like are just genuine good people that do drag and are just good entertainers? And it's like, Bernie's one of those girls. Like, there aren't a lot of girls like her left. Sorry to go on a tangent, but they're just not.
Note to self: because of this, I will probably be watching Philippines.
If you don't start watching Philippines tonight, I'm gonna be mad.
Well, tonight I have to go to bed very soon because I have to get up early. But and it's like almost 11 on the East Coast. But for me, I really enjoyed this entire video. I think we really had some lip syncs and stuff.
I'm about to say Logan still have. No, Logan,
I'm not.
It sounds like a wrap up. That's why it sounds like a wrap up.
I wasn't getting there. I wasn't getting there yet. I was going to say I have enjoyed this entire video and talking about all these lip syncs, but I personally do have to leave, so I will allow you all to continue discussing. But it has been a great time for me. I hope you guys have a good one. Bye.
So it was a wrap up. anyway, but your own personal wrap up. But okay. Logan, you have your number one moment.
Hi, thank you. I mean, I literally just like not said much because I'm trying not to cry again, thinking about all of this whole lip sync. But I know we want to talk about Mugther, and I will. I do also want to acknowledge that Kat in this performance is so captivating, for lack of a better term. Like the way that she performed this as well, with the reveals that she has. I may not like her as a human. I may not like some of the things that she's done. And I may not have loved her on this season, but I will not sit here personally and deny the fact that she did not absolutely slay this lip sync alongside of Bernie. And the way that she did her reveals and the way that she had the reveals down into the bodysuit that just said trans woman on it, and all of the intricacies of their performances together, Kat revealing into her natural hair, to then Bernie revealing into her natural hair, to then both of them just being beautiful trans women on that stage, just performing their hearts out, is really, at the end of the day, what did it for me. But when Eve, you said your top three was what? Bernie? I don't remember who you said. You said Bernie.
Bernie, Keone. Sorry, Bernie, Keona, and Danny.
Bernie, Keona, Danny. And Lana, you said yours was Bernie, Keona, and Rita. My top three favorite drag queens of all time is Bernie, Mohart, and Jujubee. Like, Bernie has made it to that point for me because for all the reasons that y'all already said, and all the reasons that we said countless thousands of times when we reviewed Philippines, but just and interacting with her in the little bit that I have been able to has been so rewarding as well. And the love that she's given us. Like, is this number one choice ever so slightly biased? Yes. Is it also incredibly deserved? Of course, because this was the best performance of the year, hands down, no question.
She's like the Sasha Colby of the Philippines.
She really is, in this just beautiful, gorgeous way. And I hope that we continue to see Bernie in everything. I want to see Bernie everywhere. I want to see Bernie doing everything.
I want to see her win so bad.
I want to see her come back to Philippines All-Stars and win.
Yes,
that's what I want.
Absolutely.
That's what I want. And on top of all of that we've already talked about with this lip sync, the fact that Pangina Heels was here to witness this lip sync, and she is one of the ones, like, during the lip sync, she stands up first during the lip sync, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm paying attention to this."
She stood up. She stood up after like the first 30 seconds. She was the first.
Exactly.
One. She said, "Oh shit."
And then you look at the reactions of like Khaled, Karen, and Jiggly, where they're just both sobbing. I don't remember which man was there. I don't really care. It doesn't really matter to me. Mama Pow, even just like you could see tears welling up in her eyes. Like she knew what she had to do in that moment, and she did what needed to be done in that moment.
Jiggly was wrecked.
Jiggly was wrecked. Karen was wrecked. Like Pangina was all over the place. And then when Bernie gets saved and everybody, and then the girls in the back crying, and you hear Ovi screaming for both of them, and Hanabeshi is just a mess.
Ovi
is a mess.
Like they're on the ground, passed out,
literally
hitting the ground, like get up. I'm like, oh my god.
And Arizona is sobbing, and then Jade not knowing how to deal with emotion, just like, yes, also me. The dollification does not really extend to sad emotions, I don't think. But we love Jade nonetheless. But
we've never, I feel like, we've had lip syncs before that have been so powerful. They've like made us feel emotions and things like that. But sometimes it just ends up being this real rarity where both of the entertainers have enough energy to both lock into the song at the right moment. And literally none of them fell off through the entire thing. You know what I mean? It just continued to build the whole time. And that's why I feel like Pangina stood up like 30 seconds into it. Because I get to a point where I felt like I was just holding my breath the whole time. Yeah. I was like, I can't breathe. What is going on? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there were no breaks. There were no stopping. And then afterwards, I was like, I don't know how to process what just happened.
I paused the episode. I was like, I don't want to know what happens yet. I just need to like breathe and take it in for a second. and then I can process what the fuck just happened. But like, I need a moment.
Wow. But, especially for I would say more emotional lip syncs. I feel like that we get that happening a lot more often when it's the lip syncs with the kicks and the splits. Like, yeah, we all like, yes, you're serving. Yes, you ate that part up. Whatever. But like, for us all to have the same visceral emotional reaction and the same like heart pulls at the same time, that doesn't happen a lot. You know what I mean? When it comes to Drag Race lip sync songs. That's why I'm like, ooh, if I would have been in the bar watching this with other people, bitch, we would have been ruined. Like,
can you imagine
full
like
bar full of people crying? Full bar.
Can you imagine like 3 drinks in, being a little tipsy and watching this? Like, I would never. I would just be a sobbing mess, just like in the fetal position on the floor.
I'd be fighting people. I'd be fighting. Because that's what happens that's not what happens with my Ariesness, especially if I'm a little bit tipsy. I get so emotionally sad, I get mad.
That's fair.
I'm like, I'm not supposed to be feeling this sad. Why do I feel this sad? Then I get mad. Like, if that was to happen and I was to see all that play out that way, girl, I would have tried to start swinging in that club. I would have been like, nah, what?
Where's Paolo? I need to fight. But
like, really, I'm like, I need to hit something. I need to hit something. So I'm just gotta get hit. I gotta I gotta get this energy out. Like,
of course, that's my number 1 of the year. Of course,
absolutely.
I'm still gonna be manifesting and tweeting out towards Bernie, and hopefully, we are able to give grace to have her in the United States. Maybe have her in Chicago. Please come, mother.
She said she's gonna. I think she said she wants to go to DragCon, so that's what I'm hoping for.
It will be amazing.
So, with that being said, we're gonna end off this 3 hours of 3 hours. That's 3 hours of our life. So thank you for watching this 3 hours of our life.
For 2023, we ain't doing this no more for the rest of the year.
No, thank you. I'm good. No, thank you. I'm okay. Y'all already know the things that we say at the end of these videos. I'm not going to say it because I just want to get us out of here. Get your merch, subscribe, like, share, hit the buttons, do all the things. Follow the 3 of us. Book Eve if you live in the Chicago area and do things drag related. Go get your merch. Follow Lana because she's beautiful. You can follow me too if you really want to. Cheers.
She is a diva.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers to the diva.
Oh,
he ain't no diva.